stream. I'm Jackson Famous. Welcome to my channel. It's Q tonight. It is Final Fantasy VII Remake night. We're going to be continuing on from our game last week. We are going to Good Evening Center. We will be continuing from where we left off last week. For those of you that missed out on last week's stream, can find it on my channel on YouTube. Search for Effects and Finance on YouTube. Link to the my channel details, and you will be able to find my stream like that. My channel from there, which will be uploading videos from my streams to that. And so good evening, Austin Carl. Nice to see you. I hope you're well. Just get a couple of minutes. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, Monster. I'm very good. And we've got Master X in tonight. Welcome, X. Welcome to my stream. It's nice to see you guys again. For those of you that will be joining us, we'll be carrying on from where we left off last week. So a quick recap on what happened last time on within our game. We finished off at the end of chapter 3. We chatted about where we actually broke into the Shinra reactor number 1. Basically from that and managed to escape. Then we got back and I'm smoking out the zone. All the missions there to end that stream there. To finish off, we've been kicked out from the current mission that we've been given. All the missions there. So I've been kicked out from the current mission we've been given. To end that stream evening, Wonderboy. Well, it was Wonderboy. Nice to see you. We weren't kicked out of it as such, but they didn't require our services. We were going to introduce the 4 main playable characters in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Cloud Strife, Soldier. Soldier, not being like a soldier we consider it, but it's a special type forces that Shinra employ. They take ordinary humans, ordinary soldiers, inject them with, feed them in Marco. We also inject them with something additional, which I don't know if it's revealed in the beginning, but we might discover as we go make our way through the story mode. Then we'll introduce them to Barrett, the guy with the machine gun on his one arm. He's got prosthetic, which got a machine gun on his arm. Tifa, which is Cloud's best friend, Cloud's childhood friend, who is a close-quartered martial artist. And of course, we also introduced to Earth as well. We're not actually playing Earth yet, but we got introduced to her in the beginning scenes, where she appears at the very beginning of the opening introduction movie. And also, Cloud kind of tells her that she wants to get out of the type of where she is, because it's quite dangerous there. Those were the 4 main characters we were introduced to. We also saw some of the antagonists of Sephiroth and President Shinra and Heidegger. So as we play through today's game, I'm going to be introduced to give you guys some tips how to play the game, and also give you some more information and about characters, villains of the game, the hero of the game, and so on. You, of course, like I said, you'll play the main character you're playing is Cloud Strife. He is an ex-soldier turned mercenary. For the Final Fantasy VII series, there were several games you, of course, involved with this. The remake have altered slightly. As an ex-soldier, if you played the original 7 and you played the remake, you probably realise there's a lot of things have changed in terms of what's going on here. Cloud Strife is an ex-soldier, I keep saying it. He left the employment of Shinra prior to the game, and there's reasons behind that which we will discover as the story goes through. So I don't want to give you too much spoilers away, but we'll see how far we get tonight. I got a funny feeling we may be doing this for a couple more streams, and in which case I'll give those additional spoilers when we get to it. Get to that point. Cloud, now bond of mercenaries employed by a eco-terrorist group named Avalanche. Avalanche, Avalanche got multiple cells, which was one of the things they introduced within the remake to clear up a lot of problems they created with the prequel. Avalanche, in the fact that we were in the original Final Fantasy VII, we were introduced to the fact that you were working for Avalanche, or you were a mercenary employed by Avalanche, only to find out in Before Crisis and Crisis Core there's reference to another group of called Avalanche that do a lot more nasty deeds. It turns out now what they just correct this is made this common cell of Avalanche, but the Avalanche that we know is part of a bigger organisation that's fighting to protect the planet. It turns out the leader of the cell is Barrett Wallace. Barrett, under the pressure blast by Shinfer, who's also another member of Avalanche, of the cell, was to employ Cloud to help them with their mission. His combat expertise, skills will be most beneficial, and they did prove to be very beneficial in the original opening fight. After that, the cast they made their way into reactor number 1, all the way down, planted the bomb. I'm out of reactor number 1. After that, I believe it is reactor number 1, and finished off with a fight against a guard scorpion. Hello, Dylan Tech Gamer. Welcome to my stream. Thank you for the follow. It's nice to see you. Pleasure. Hello, Delante. After making our way down to thank you for the face against Guard Scorpion. Nice to see you. Pleasure. That was a nice, long, grueling fight. We did catch a catchphrase, and I got to rewatch that video. It was a quick, I think that was a really lovely slogan against the Guard at some point. That was a nice, long, grueling fight. So, what have you been up to today, Dylan? It was a quick, I think that was a really lovely slogan against the Guard at some point. I've been managed to beat Guard Scorpion. What have you been up to today, Dylan? Fight. A bit of cycling, nice. Anywhere in particular? There's been weather up here in Wales has been extremely weird today. We've had some. It looks quite nice out there, but we did have some really heavy snow coming down earlier. Nice. A lot of heavy snow. Luckily, it didn't stick. Extremely weird. Brilliant. It looks quite nice. I myself if I had room a lot where I live, I'd be looking again at bikes. I'm trying to get back into the old fitness routine. I just haven't got anywhere around here I can cycle. I had a funny feeling it would be it was you've from college. Dylan, I wouldn't exactly give too much away on the stream and all that. Just also again for personal information and all that, just to be on the safe side. So I'm guessing you've managed to track me down on Twitch to kind of see my streams. Well, as you would have seen within the links that are in my channel, I've now got a YouTube channel in place and everything else. You've managed to. So are you gonna stick around for the evening to watch tonight's game, or as you would have seen within the links that are in my channel, and I'm about to in place and everything else. So we've got a couple others in the channel with us to watch tonight's game, or I probably recommend it. That was nice. That's nice. That was nice for me to pop on the recommended. Well, as you actually see when you look at my links to my channel and my streams and all that, I've been putting some work into it over the last few weeks. Again, a nice again as I had confirmation today. I was still have actually, and I actually achieved the community status on Twitch. Also with again, it's in the minimum requirement for the number of viewers, number of followers, and also the number of on Twitch, number of days streaming. So now what it is now is a big push to get to that affiliate level. We want sort of the average free streamers as we get there in the end. And thank you, Dylan. It's been a pleasure. What is a big push to get to that affiliate level. We want sort of thank you, Monster Hunter. Free streamers. Thank you for that. And thank you, Dylan. It's been a pleasure. Alex as well. Brilliant. Thank you, guys. So now we're going to do a fight. We're going to see now. I want to see if we can try and get that big push to get to the affiliate level. We've got 3 out of the 4 at that level. It's still working. I've also achieved on the partner as well. We're going to see now. I want to see if we can try and get that big push to get to the affiliate level. We've got 3 out of the 4 at that level. It's still working. I've also achieved. Also I got a couple. I got to jump back and forth between a couple of push to get to the affiliate level. We've got 3 out of the 4. Audio is repeating. I don't know how that's repeating. Also I got a couple. I got to jump back and forth between a couple of I don't know how my audio could be repeating. Let me try turning the mic off and turn it back on again and see what happens. Yeah, it stopped. Back to normal. Yeah, technology. Well, as you know yourself from when streaming on Teams, it's brilliant when it wants to work, a pain when it don't. Yeah. So just check. Having a quick check out the path to affiliate. I'm 1 step away from affiliate. I've achieved 2 parts of on my path to partnership. I've got the 25-hour streaming and stream for 12 different days, so that's good. On a 30-day performance, that is, of course. My average streaming is just working on getting that average streaming number up now. So that's whereby I'm gonna have to start working. So well, Dylan, have you played Final Fantasy VII before? I'm playing it through the PS4. Most of the games I'm streaming are being streamed straight from the PS4. I think I started streaming and playing games on this gaming laptop. I think I might have a bit of a massive lag with it, because I know on Saturday evening streaming, I was dropping frames for some reason. It went up to about 2.4% frame drop. But it's all right. It's all right at the moment. They've only dropped 78. That's 0.3% of the frames being dropped. You've played Final Fantasy. Oh, sorry. Which one have you played only once? Is it Final Fantasy or Final Fantasy VII Remake? Get our things back up. Final Fantasy, you played the old one? Yeah, it was I played the old one. That was one of the first Final Fantasies I had actually ever played. Absolutely, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I played it the dev, pretty much. It was the original Final Fantasy. All Final Fantasy games are long. The 7 was long, 3 discs. The graphics again for the time it came out in 1997, polygonic graphics for the capabilities of the PlayStation back then were brilliant. Gameplay was great. Story mode to it was brilliant. It's one of those games. Yeah, if you liked it or you didn't. With Remake, back then I was true RPG. Today now is more action RPG, and which is what Remake is. In tonight's game, like I said, we did chapters 1 to 3 last Tuesday. We played that is now on the stream up on my YouTube channel. So within an hour of me putting up on there, it had about I think it's about 16 to 18 views within the first hour of it actually going up on there. So that's not too bad. The Terraria and Devil May Cry ones I put up on there as well after Sunday's playthrough. Both also it's a decent, it's a nice. I've had quite a nice few followings out of it. Um, so without further much ado, we're going to move into tonight's game. Um, we're going to start off when we get into the game. I'm going to have to jump back to the beginning of the chapter to ensure we actually get into it. Thank you, Dylan. Well, as I've said, I've been I've been tweaking and getting things on this sorted out on this channel, new overlays. As you can see, getting the chat that pop up on the screen. So I've been doing some looking on YouTube and other places like that to find out how to actually do it, how to put them in and everything. Running through OBS Studio. So if you, because I think you've done some streaming before. So if you haven't used the OBS Studio, I know Streamlabs is another version to OBS, but I'm finding OBS Studio works fine for me, and it's easy enough to put a lot of these elements into it. There are some of the things I do want to start adding to the channel, start getting it adding further with it. I'm using Streamlabs for the chat on screen. That's what I'm using Streamlabs with at the moment. I'm using Streamlabs, Stream Element for the events, the events that come up, flash up onto the screen. And yeah, I think that's that's the two of the main ones I'm using. But I'm gonna make a start now with tonight's game. We'll be jumping straight to chapter 4, where we're gonna be. It's a little bit of talking scene to set what's going on, and then we jump straight into the action part scene. Again, there's a trophy you can earn for this when you do this actual motorcycle chair. You can skip it, which is fine if you want to skip it. But there is a trophy if you can actually complete it without achieving a huge amount of damage. My tip for this is to actually do it on the easiest mode possible. Once you are used to the enemy's attack patterns and everything, it becomes a lot easier to do it on easy mode, just to actually just for a nice quick win for that trophy. And there we go. I'm going to jump screens now. Let's get the audio back in. Here we go. And without much further ado, I'll click continue, and then I'll just restart the chapter, which will be absolutely fine. As again, I've done quite a few of these chapters already on hard mode. So anybody playing this for the first time, you guys will actually find you might find some of these not difficult on hard mode, but you just have to really crack through it just to gain those important points to reboot that. Just to gain the important element points needed to actually level up your weapons to make it a lot stronger. Chapter 4, the Mad Dash. Yeah, so I'm guessing, Dylan, you've had a watch of the Devil May Cry stream, then on my YouTube channel. Brilliant, perfect. Have you played the original Devil May Cry?
Which is why we borrowed these bikes. Need a lift to the plate?
How did you guess?
Easy.
That was one of the first PS2 games I had. I played all the Devil May Crys, including the non-canon Devil May Cry as well. I have been playing through Devil May Cry 5. I just gotta sit down and go back through it again.
Right on the head.
So, seeing as we don't have any family of our own, how about you let us be a
Characters
part
we
of
currently
yours
got
for a
on
bit?
screen.
You know,
We've got
spread the word.
Jesse, Biggs, and Wedge.
Are your parents still around?
I'm trying to think of a voice actor for Jessie because she's a well-known gaming voice actress.
Okay
Let
then.
me have a check.
Guess you're all invited. Here's to awkward
And I gotta
family
say, she's
reunions.
taken on the part of Jessie extremely well. Let's have a look. Check my Twitter. Whoop.
I take it you boys have your brand spanking new IDs?
Yes, ma'am.
Then let's lay down some rubber.
Crank that throttle. Okay, you got it.
No, wrong one.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Just so you know, I'm not going plateside for the reason they think I am. Look, you saw the way the reactor went up. It was huge, right?
Because of all
Yeah,
the
yeah. I saw that today.
That was wishful thinking.
Well, so
Deep
he
down,
will
I
be
know it was
missed.
my fault.
Also,
I
his
used a more
famous
powerful
his
blasting
cat,
agent than the
his
directions called
famous
for.
catchphrase from it.
had
Shit
nothing
on
to
it,
do with
shit
the
on it, shit on it, shit on it. Yeah, also that was a bit of a shock that he passed away today.
Right. So what?
I'm planning on using a weaker blasting agent this time. But since I can't get in touch with my supplier,
Yeah,
our
let me
only
see if I can
option is to
find
loot a
that
warehouse
from-
owned by Shinra.
Shinra.
Find out who it
Good luck
is.
with that.
With your help, we won't need luck.
It's typical when you need Twitter to work. When you don't need it to work, it works. Right. The voice of Jessie is Erica Lindbeck, and she's done voices for quite a few games, and as well as appearing in quite a few other TV series. And I gotta say, she's taken on the role of Jessie extremely well in this game.
So far, so good.
All right, here
Oh,
comes
so
the
this,
hard
well, on the original game, when I first played this, I actually thought this was their attempt at the crazy motorcycle chase, because you actually only play this once you play it once in the main story mode on 7, and you also do it as as part of the mini games in Gold Saucer.
We've got company.
Someone's having fun.
How can I not? Sued by villains, a young couple thrust together by fate raced through the neon street night.
Get off.
My hero.
Completely forgot what the buttons were then. It's been just under a year since I've last actually played this.
And the cold-eyed mercenary's heart suddenly began to melt. I won't forget that. Wait, is it just me or did we slow down?
Just you.
Think we've bitten off more than we can chew? What do we do?
Shut up.
Just keep racing your way through, Jess. That's what we gotta keep doing.
Screw this.
Have you had much snow down with you today?
Moving to intercept. Got more company. A-team's here.
I don't like the sound of that.
We're not so loud, are we? Wow! What the hell?
I gotta try to avoid taking damage as much as possible because I'm gonna need it for the boss. Yeah, it did come down really hard up here. So it was a little bit coming down when I left to go pick up my mother from work, and then then it cleared up. And so it then cleared up and a bit for when I got for me to get home, and then then I just looked out the window and it just started going really full again.
Wow, Cloud, you really are good at this.
Now this is the new guy that was introduced into the game.
HQ saying he's less than a few minutes out. Copy. You think it's him? Well, we'll need to finish this quick. That kind of trouble. How did he pull that off? Wow, we need backup. We should keep our distance to be safe, yeah? Jesse, look out! That's an ex-soldier for you. Next to him, you look like kids on trikes.
You're damn right you do.
We're part of that league too, you know.
I got no way of recovering health from this.
Keep going till we hit the station.
No, head straight for the warehouse. Aww. Our magical ride is almost at an end.
Why are you talking like we're not here?
Because you're not.
Clearly we are. Not over yet. Wow! No help! Freaking ridiculous! Bob, we need help! Please! Come on. Make it look pretty easy.
Hey P, how are you today? How is that?
Time's up. Break off before he shows. Got me.
What's going on?
How is good old that?
Who's that?
Well, hello. Who's this? Too quick for the eye. You cross him, you die.
Good. That's good.
Mind if I cut in? Woo! Splendid! I've been looking for a new dance partner.
Okay. What's
Party, huh?
been up to much else today?
Talking to me? I most certainly am. Then no. So terribly sorry. Your words failed to reach my ears, sluggish and slow as they are.
What's this guy's deal?
The lady's curiosity has been piqued. My name is Rose. You may address me by the more accurate appellation, Speed Demon.
Heard that, huh?
My ears are attuned to the feminine voice.
Ugh, this guy is the worst.
Yes.
That's
yes,
right.
This is the contest I've been waiting for. Careful, Cloud!
Careful, Cloud. Game over. I forgot how hard this actually is on hard mode.
Well, hello. Who's this?
Oh,
Too quick
full
for
health.
the eye. You cross him,
I'll take it.
Woo! Splendid! I've been looking for a new dance partner. Driving party, huh? That's fine. I'll settle for a race then. Just one.
You talking to me?
I most certainly am.
Then no.
So terribly sorry. Your words failed to reach my ears, sluggish and slow as they are.
What's this guy's deal?
The lady's curiosity has been piqued. My name is Rose, but you may address me by the more accurate appellation. Speed!
Yeah, in the original game, Roche was not. Roche is a new character introduced into the remake.
Yes, this is the
Same as they've done with Inarth and Children, they introduced a couple of characters which didn't appear in the original 7, but then of course added into it.
wonderful gift you've given to me.
Yeah, we've had a couple of new ones. But, X is back from Sunday, and so is Monster Hunter. Dylan is a new in tonight. Again, T knows who he is.
Don't you dare look away. Your eyes are for me alone.
If Sanya's about, you know who it is.
My heart beats faster by the second. Embrace your emotions. Bare your heart to the world.
What is he up to now?
Same shit.
Not bad. You have promise and an abiding affection for your mount. But one cannot simply
I had confirmation today of achieving the community achievement on the Twitch channel with because achieved got the minimum of 50 of the 50 followers. Was sort of actually it. Like this cave of tranquility. He's polishing up his dice rolls for Friday. That's what it is.
need to recharge.
I lost it again. Yeah, I gotta finish. I gotta send my details over to him for also for that one. And just struggling on coming up with a name for my character.
You die. Now, mind if I cut in? Woo! Splendid! I've been looking for a new dance partner.
Also, because
Grab it party, huh?
I've come up with one called Edmam33 or Edmam33.
So terribly sorry.
Also, which well, they all spell out. They also individual words to spell out the name of the Warforged model, and also on this model number 333, but it ends up being like Edmami. Oh, I'm not concentrating very well at the moment.
Yes, this is the contest I've been waiting for. My heart beats faster by the second.
But I might actually change the name over.
You know you love it too. Oh, that's the stuff.
I'm kind of busy trying not to die, Wedge.
Same shit. Being a dumbass.
Not bad. You have promise and an abiding affection for your mount. But one cannot simply ride one bike. Nay, one must unlock its true potential.
Oh, thank you, Dylan.
One with the machine. Like this.
I don't think blocking's gonna do well against this Fundara. This is the only. This is one of the only things with hard mode. But I'm not even wasted attack. Is also you've got to be damage is a lot more. Damage is a lot higher, and you've got to really manage your health, your HP a lot better. Because recovery options you don't really have many recovery options as such. Well, some more so with your magic. I got him. He's out.
Had enough?
Don't be absurd. As if I could ever grow tired of your company. Naughty, naughty! Until one of our flames is forever extinguished, our dance will never end! Wait for me!
Thanks, guys.
Come on, let's push it past the red line!
Jesse, take over.
Huh?
So, like if you haven't watched Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, there is a pretty much a scene like this where Cloud's having to take on two. It's not Kadaj. He's taking on Kadaj's gang. Also on the highway and also in the tunnel as well.
We did it! Go team!
Don't get too excited. Reinforcements are hot on our trail.
Again, if you're going to watch Advent Children, I'd recommend picking up and watching the Blu-ray edition because that's got a lot more extended and unseen scenes in it. The end fight against Sephiroth compared to the standard DVD edition to the Blu-ray edition does give that fight scene a lot more combat, and Sephiroth uses a lot more moves against Cloud on there.
Maybe you should just let me drive.
Nope.
Guess I'll take one for the team and be your back warmer again.
Look, much, Jess?
Huh? Oh, would you look at that? It's the end of the ride. We'll go on foot from here. Don't want to draw too much attention to ourselves.
Hey, did these things leave a mark?
They got you pretty good.
Oh, and I'm running on fumes.
Don't worry, we'll top you up soon enough. Now let's roll.
But yeah, far more. It shows how much the game engines have improved in 97, 2007, well in 20 odd years. 97, 2007, 2017. 2017 is 20 years. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Whereas in 24 years.
The residential area's just beyond this gate. Mind doing the honors?
Because the 7 remake is built on the Final Fantasy 15 game engine. So everything they learned from making Final Fantasy 15 have actually been used within remake, but they've added to and extended it a lot more. Plus, because I've been trying to complete the VR missions on you. I got the last VR mission to complete and get up as far as the fourth fight on there, and that's as far as I can get. Also, Bahamut keeps wiping me in the party out. I think what's the thing I have to complete all the other levels on hard mode, the remaining few chapters I got left to do, and then go back and re-tackle it.
Every night, for the girl who only comes home once every other blue moon. Mom's an old-fashioned type like that.
Think she'll make us pizza? Her Midgar special?
She's quite the cook. Quick to whip up finger-licking food, even if you drop by in the dead of night.
And she loves guests who ask for seconds or thirds. Okay, let's head in. Cloud, you know what to do.
Checking the Discord group.
Okay.
It's a shame you won't get to try the Midgar special. You would have really liked it.
Yeah, also drop another link onto a Discord group. Well, so where they've actually deviated quite a bit from the original story is there's a lot more scenes added in with remake than it was to the original.
Well, I need you to rob my house.
On the original,
Think you can do that
everything
for
that's
me?
covered in this game was within the first 3-4 hours of the actual original game. But when you're looking at playing the remake, it also makes everything runs a lot longer. It doesn't feel it don't even have 3 hours as such in the main game, in the original game. That's actually feels relatively short compared to what we see going on here. They've extended out, drawn the characters out a lot more, added more to it,
Time to go.
just to give everything a far more improved storyline to it. Right, some facts then for you guys. Weapon upgrade. So, like, there are all the characters in the game have several weapons. You start off with your basic ones. You find and buy them as you work your way through. They're normally going to be found throughout the main game, usually in item boxes, or completing certain requests to gain it. Each of the weapons in this game unlocks a special ability for each of the characters. Cloud's starting weapon is an iconic weapon, the Buster Sword. It is it's a massive sword. Well, you see what it's like when he's fighting with using Hard Edge. Now, the Buster Sword, like I said in the last video, belonged to somebody else before Cloud, because that character before Cloud used that weapon in the second half of their story mode before it got passed on to Cloud. The original owner of that blade was a character called Angel Hewlett. Angel was a soldier first class, and mentor for the person which inherited that blade before Cloud inherited it. Cloud inherited it from his friend. And I'll give into a spoilers away about that person, or tell you a bit about that person. That'll come later on. Angel had that sword of his mother, but was afraid to use it. It was more of a fashion piece for him, where you normally find him carrying it in battle on his back, but tend to rely on the soldier sword. When Angel died, was also due to several events, and I'll talk a bit about that later on in this stream or in another stream with VII Remake. He passed the blade on to the next character, which then went from using a soldier sword to using the Buster sword. And when that person then passed on to the Cloud, which then he started off using throughout the main game. Again, a lot of these weapons are actual weapons from the original Final Fantasy VII game. Nailbat wasn't. Nailbat is something new that was added into it. But the Iron Blade is one of the weapons that you actually acquired while playing your way through it. Art Edge is actually, if you do a Google search for images online, and you find one of Cloud with the Daytona, you will actually find him holding the Hard Edge, which is the blade that we've got here. It's a dual-edged blade rather than the Buster sword, which is only a single edge. It's got quite a chunky bit at the end of it, and it is quite a heavy sword and great for cutting through. The Mithril Saber we don't really gain until we actually leave Midgar in the main story. Also, but then does add a little more power to it. Twin Stinger is I just got to double check my facts here, but I think that might be a new weapon added in this game. Now normally I was originally using the Twin Stinger because that's the last weapon you unlock in this game. But I've actually swapped back to the Hard Edge because of the weapon stats of each weapon. After leveling up and modding the weapons, my Buster sword is at its highest level, coming in at a 91 attack, 91 magic stat, or 91 attack and magic stat increase. Give me a great defense of 11 and a great magic defense of 11 at the same time. And I maxed up the older materia slots, which is something that you didn't have on the original Final Fantasy VII, where the Buster sword originally could only hold 2 pieces of materia at any one time, and they were linked. The Hard Edge it's not designed to give me a great magic boost. That would be more for the Mithril or Mithril Blade, which gives me a greater magic attack but no physical defense. While the Iron Blade gives me a 77 attack boost with 105, which is good for magic, with a decent 13 defense, but not for magical defense. If I went the Twin Stinger, I don't gain any magical defense. I would have a total physical defense, but I gain a 73 boost in both. Hard Edge is, the Hard Edge might not increase my strength, my defense on magic and physical defense, but actually does give me 137 physical damage. Boost to my physical damage. So because I'm relying on Cloud as more of a tank and close range damage dealer. Well, so I'm going to go for the strength attack rather than the magical attack. Otherwise, if I'm going to use him for a lot of magical attacks, then I'd be switching probably back to Twin Stinger to be able to achieve what I need to achieve out of it. Probably once I finish unlocking the final abilities of Twin Stinger and Mithril Saber, we may actually see a bit of a change around to those weapons. Hard Edge, you've also got a couple more areas where it can actually upgrade itself. Hello, Bryn. Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. How are you this evening? We- yeah, I can go in. Gotta get to the back door. Yeah, I think it should be on Steam.
Inside, you'll find a room with 2 doors.
What time's the Liverpool game starting?
Take the one in front of you.
And
It's the
also
room on the
who are they
right.
playing tonight?
That's where you'll find it.
Sorry about dropping in like this again.
We'll be chatting Mom up in the kitchen, so don't even bother being quiet. There's no way she'll ever hear you.
That's actually now gone off the PS, the
Dad'll be in
PlayStation
there,
Store,
but it's
but they
okay.
were actually giving this Final Fantasy VII was actually part of the PSN free games for the month of March. They actually, because I got it on,
I need
I
you
got
to
the
grab the
physical
Shimmer
version, which is
ID
what I'm
card.
running at the moment, but I've
Yeah,
also
I
picked
know
up
I
a
should do it myself,
digital
but
copy as well of it,
I
just in
honestly don't
case
think I'm
just in
up to
case I
it.
decide to install
Just do
what
this
it
for
is
me,
installed from
okay?
the physical copy, or if I would get a different disc in with the system. Starts at 8 o'clock tonight, and they first to Madrid. So who do you think's going to win?
My dad. He was a maintenance supervisor at the reactor.
Thanks.
Careful.
What else is in the room?
What's this?
We got Dylan going for Madrid. That's going to win tonight, and Britain's coming in at Liverpool 2-1. I'm not sure. Not sure myself.
Dear Mom and Dad.
We need. So if anybody else in the room that wants to break the
I'm
tiebreaker.
working at the Gold Saucer as an actress now. It wasn't easy, and I had a lot of help from people along the way. But I managed to land a starring role. And closed our 2 tickets to my play.
And
Looking
Monster
forward to
Hunter
seeing
in
you
Liverpool
both there.
tonight.
Jessie Raspberry.
So it'll
is
be interesting.
the princess?
What I should do is actually have a poll, and one of the bots in you set up for a poll to create a poll. So we can have the viewers to vote on things like this. It's a bit of food for thought for a later stream. And where's the door?
This is heaven.
Oh, there's the door. Let's get out there. Let's get out here.
Dang, Mom. How'd you get even better at this?
But compared to the stream I had on Sunday night, with the message only staying up on screen for about 15 seconds, I did have a bit of a play about with things just to extend on it. So now they stay up on screen for about 2 minutes, which well, in case I do happen to miss one of the messages, then it works out fine today for me.
Mission accomplished.
When are you going to give up on the gold saucer? How long has it been since you even performed?
A lot of people really rely on Jessie.
As a stagehand, though, right? You can be one of those anywhere. So why not come home and get a job at the Sector 8 theater?
I'll think about it.
We're looking at it. We're so
So soon?
Connor popped in and commanded the route.
So good.
Sure I can't tempt you with some more?
Maybe just a couple
Found
slices.
it. Well, so is it the standard edition or a
Hey,
digital,
I'm
or
doing it
is
for
it?
you
Have they got a
guys.
digital
You don't
deluxe
want me
edition
going
there?
to work on an empty stomach.
Because when I'm running,
I'm planning on using a
Still
weaker
playing.
blasting agent this time. Since I can't get in touch with my supplier,
I'm playing on the standard game, but it's the deluxe edition, which I had for my birthday last year. I had it about a good 2 weeks. I think about 2 weeks before he actually came out with the pandemic and all that. Game was shipping as soon as they received. And what came with this version,
Sorry, but you're
which
staying
I actually
outside.
quite like, if it's
Only I
possible
know
thing.
what to steal from where, so it's gotta be me who goes in.
So, we came all this way just to eat
It's
pizza?
it's the original 7 remastered.
You're gonna earn every slice helping Cloud.
The deluxe
This beautiful
edition.
thing where you
What
draw
comes with the
everyone's
deluxe
attention
edition?
away, like you did at my parents'.
We gain the Final
What's the
Fantasy
one
VII
again?
game.
Maybe I'm more nervous than I
It's
thought. Yeah, that.
the PS5 version because that's coming out, which got some things additional. The deluxe edition, they've got the Final Fantasy VII game. We gain, which you got the iconic scene, as I said on the last game, the last stream, of Cloud Muse looking up at the Shinra
That's your cue.
tower
Rush the front
from the
gates and make
reactor.
for the warehouse plaza. The more hell you raise, the more time you
This
buy
also
me.
comes with a couple of summoning pieces of
You're gonna run this
materia.
guy into the ground, aren't you?
Comes as a steelbox edition,
Not too much. I'll be in
which
and out.
the steelbox has got a lovely graphic of Sephiroth.
How are we supposed to get back to the slums?
What's
Wait for the first train?
burning behind them?
I want to be back before
It's
that.
the Shinra building in the background, but I think he's in Nibelheim,
Get this done.
but they will ask Burnham. And then we've got the bigger iconic scene on the inside for Final Fantasy VII. Comes with a mini soundtrack,
Yeah.
which contains 12 tracks from the actual game.
Jesse was doing a show with the Gold Saucer. What do you care?
No. I want to hear it.
Jesse always wanted to be an actress. Worked
And
her ass off for
also,
years,
come on,
until finally she caught a break. Top billing. Parents were thrilled. And
2
then,
iron-on patches,
right before opening
one
night,
which is for the Sam's delivery services of the Chocobo.
and in the worst possible place, Mako's store.
Oh, I am keeping hold of it. It actually killed me on Sunday because some of my stuff was in the shed and they've gotten damp. I've put it in a plastic box. One of the Final Fantasy things I've actually got. I did have an original copy of the Final Fantasy IX. Can't get that one out of there. The other patch is also the avalanche symbol as well. It's avalanche symbol. I just can't seem to get that in the dropout. And you also get in it as well in the deluxe edition the art book of Final Fantasy VII, which contains a lot of the character drawings. If I have a daughter, I would name her Aerith. Barrett, I like Barrett as a toad. Even as a toad, you've got like start of like a bit of a machine gun arm. Yeah, it's got the artwork throughout it. Like some of the slums. Some of these scenes we haven't actually come across yet. Actually. Jump back over to this one. This one might be better. Have a bit of a better camera view. Let's get a look at it a bit better right there. So yeah, Again, if you got the digital extended digital special edition, which I picked up as well on on PlayStation. I actually got this on as an app on the PlayStation and the music soundtrack. Yes, on Sunday I've had a look on eBay to see if I get a replacement, and I am kicking myself because £500 worth. Well, it is now selling about £450–500 worth of one of the Final Fantasy IX merchandise, the Tetramaster game. Well, so I've actually got damp and became damaged, and I had to actually throw it away because there was no way I could salvage it. Checked on eBay, and they're selling for about £450. So, and I think at the time I only paid about £20 for it 10–15 years ago. So I am kind of a bit annoyed with it, really, that the actual weather gone into the shed and actually chewed through the bottom of the box. I did manage to save some of the play art characters I've got there from Final Fantasy 12. I think out of the three of them I've got, the Ash have actually had a bit more of a dampness have actually crept into the box on Ash a little bit more, but the rest of them seem to be fine. I'm kind of glad my Cloud never actually the Cloud from Having Children never actually was put into the box in the shed. But while I was looking through there, because I've still got all the other Final Fantasy games that I've actually picked up throughout the years, from PlayStation to PlayStation Vita, PSP, PS3. I've actually kept them safe to one side. It's the same as also with the Kingdom Hearts games as well, because I've actually got the original Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 here, which I didn't notice with rubber stoppers on the bottoms of this before. So I'm kind of glad that they are not actually damaged as well. But yeah, it is really getting also. So I've had to check that Tetramaster out. Also, because I've got to say I've actually picked up I've been building up quite a nice. I'm on the wrong seat. I've been picking up quite a nice bit of Final Fantasy merchandise memorabilia.
Her dad's spirit is stuck now between his body and the heart of the planet. So if we don't
Because I've got a couple of the Chocobo board games there. Chocobo Crystal Dungeon.
Just that I understand how you feel. Unlike most
So
of
Final Fantasy 14, I've actually from Gold Saucer, the Cact Pot game. I've actually got that there. I got a couple of playing card games as well.
Mako's the essence of life
The
itself.
transparent Final Fantasy playing cards, and also the Chocobo edition ones as well. As well as my gaming guides, and also a couple of the audio soundtracks as well.
When she gets pissed, she gets punchy.
Also, how much I actually enjoyed Final Fantasy VII. I bought the Final Fantasy VII soundtrack when I actually started with my first year of being in college doing my GNVQ Advance, and it was ordered from America, and back then it took about 6 months for it to actually be delivered to me here, to where I am. And the day it arrived the day before I was going up country to spend about a week with my girlfriend at the time. I was still up at West Brom. Because again, I quite enjoy the Final Fantasy music. I do quite enjoy, and I mentioned this on the last stream. well, so that it's worth picking up the soundtrack because it's a really good soundtrack, and one of the most relaxing themes on it was the main Final Fantasy VII theme. The original soundtrack as well of the original game is I really do enjoy. It's quite nice and relaxing. There's also as well the piano version to it. I managed to pick up on MP3 back at the time. Well, so Final Fantasy VII was one of the first soundtracks I actually picked up. What was something I could actually rest up? I don't see the point of that side room there. I don't know if any of you guys actually know the music composers for the Final, or for the major bulk of the Final Fantasy games. He isn't really involved with them as much now. Well, so he does do a lot of collaboration work, but they have got other composers for the music. But he has been involved with this one, and that is my favourite composer is Nobuo Uematsu. I've kind of met him once, not so much a case of a sort of up close handshake, but I attended the Distant Worlds concert, or the additional one they put on when they did their concert back at London a good few years back. They put on an additional concert up at Edinburgh, so I actually booked tickets to go up to see it. I didn't actually ask work if they could have the time off. Yeah, it was again, Nobuo Uematsu. He's been involved in a lot of the music. Again, when you think he's been involved with Final Fantasy game music and a lot of the music that have been used by Square and Square Enix, whatsoever since the beginning, and everything is done using live orchestra. It may not seem it or feel like it, but especially when you go back to the 16-bit, 8 and 16-bit games of Final Fantasy 1 to 3, 4, 5, and 6. It may not feel like it, but they were all done using live orchestras. And 7 was exactly the same thing. The composer that carried on doing his work was actually the voice. Was one of the singers that sang Sephiroth's theme. So when I went to see the concert, they actually had Nobu up to actually sing the Sephiroth's theme song. So it was nice actually seeing him do that. Well, so my missus at the time that went up with me, she was sat there, and it was the theatre full of Final Fantasy fans looking around thinking, oh yeah, what a bunch of nerds and a bunch of weirdos. She had people there dressed in cosplay, which again I'm absolutely for it. Also, some of the costumes they come up with are brilliant. I was there wearing my Sleeping Lionheart from Final Fantasy VIII necklet pendant. So when I arrived at the hotel, I had that on, and I was actually recognised. I was recognised by one of them that was going to the concert because he spotted it. Being a Final Fantasy fan, if you not recognise the symbols, all the signs that you've obviously got the nose and a Final fanatic. We went to the concert. Now she viewed the music, saw me play it, and thinking, well, I can't believe how much you really enjoy this, because you talk about, you eat, sleep, and dream Final Fantasy. You talk about it all the time. You know everything about it. But it's sort of the same thing like with her at the time with Harry Potter, because she's a big Harry Potter fan. She could tell you everything about dear old Harry. Also, everything that goes on in the books and all that. Well, as she was sat there watching the concert, she actually realised exactly how the fact that we all could feel exactly really feel for it because the music was played live with the actual the OT video and cutscenes they use for it, and there are a couple of songs that no, she wasn't into the game. No, so she liked the music, same like with Kingdom Hearts. She liked certain tracks off Kingdom Hearts, but that's as far as it went. But then there were a couple of the songs that I played. There's one of them that's in 7. Anyone who've played 7, again, when they hear this one particular track, so they always have a tear in their eye, and it's because you remember what actually happened in that scene. And when it was playing, it was exactly the same thing. She looked around, that song that they playing that particular song. Got the video playing as well for it, and she looks around, and everybody around her, like myself, have all got tears in their eyes because, of course, it's when you read a story, a film, it resonates with you, especially if you've got music linked to it, because you remember what happened, especially when you make a connection with a character, how you felt, what was going on at the time. So when that person was killed or died, something happened, so you can actually make that connection to that particular piece of music, and that was the same for us.
Okay.
And for all of us that were watching it, we all felt exactly the same thing. We all had a tear in our eyes because we knew exactly what we were feeling, what we felt when it happened in game.
First, we climb high enough to get a vantage point, then we go to town on them.
Good evening, Little C, and how are you? And how are you this evening?
So, what did you want to talk about?
How are you this evening, Landseal, little kid?
Leaving town. I'm going to Midgar.
Should have figured. All the guys are leaving.
But I'm not like them. I'm not going just to look for work.
That's alright.
I'm gonna be a soldier.
Food is more
Like
important.
Sephiroth.
So we had what I had tonight? We had bolognese. We had bolognese pasta with bolognese pasta,
Guess not.
and using
Get
the
in the papers?
pockets,
I'll try.
or El Paso tortilla pockets. So just really tough. So you mix up a little bit rather than the typical pasta bolognese. You just put that in the pockets and have a munch on that as well. Should have grated some cheese and chucked that with
That's
it.
what heroes do.
That would have been quite nice.
They save people. Please? Just once.
Uh,
Come on, promise me.
fine. I promise.
Well, Monster Hunter likes pasta. I just wonder if we'll have cookies.
I heard you're having second thoughts.
I know we have to think big if we're going to make a difference. But not
I like pork.
this.
I
I just...
haven't had pork
feel
chips and
trapped.
gravy in quite a while. Saying that, I haven't actually used like a seasoning. Might actually like steal the kitchen one night this week and actually put a bit of
That's the signal.
get some pork chops and put
All
and
according
get
to
and
plan.
pick
Let's
it
go.
and make go pick up a seasoning to put with it. I'd probably look in the meat trees, and there's probably a pile of it there because before we went to the lockdown, we went to Resolve and Market,
I don't see any
and
intruders.
my parents bought a a mountain load of meat.
Maybe they went home. Oh, hey, over there. Target sighted. Light him up.
Let's get ready for a big fight.
Give up?
Kill the bastard. Up there too. Spotted more intruders. Stand back up. They have snipers. Get him first.
Steady.
Perhaps nowadays saving up is key. Saving up definitely is key. What I'm putting in, I've been putting in a couple of hundred quid away every month. Dylan knows my view about saving up. Don't you, Dylan? I mean, so like I'm trying to manage what I have in, and also I'm put some money to one side for when I move out, or when my also when I'm not actually working, or when I'm actually on holidays. Because the summer holidays are coming up, and that is about, if it's anything like it was last year, I think it was about 6 to 8 weeks I had off. And I still actually carried all of these over with me as well. I hate layer troopers. Thank you, Biggs. I better check some regeneration on it, hadn't I? What have we got? Shock troopers, bloody hell.
Figures it would end like this.
I got myself killed for that one. So, you lost the files you put together that you had in place, or what briefs were there to work on? Well, I haven't. Well, apart from answering a few odd messages I've had in through Teams. Well, so I haven't actually. I've had a few emails in. I've had a look at. I've replied back to one, but I haven't actually looked at anything else as such from the college. As such. So I'm going to be looking at that towards the end of the week, because I worked for the February half term, so I'm actually having this period off.
Maybe they went home. Hey, over there.
So I did have a couple of messages in from with things to set up the lab. I did go in. I was on site off. I did go into site on the Monday. At the start of half term. Was excited. I had a meeting there for an hour, but then I was at.
Kill the bastard! They're up there too! Spot the intruder! Send backup! They have a sniper! Get him first! Who are you?
Got it?
I should put wall on, yeah.
All good. Let's do this. Shit.
Focus on the other one! Quickly! Went around it! Air star gas backup!
That's that. Get ready. See ya. It's over. I see you.
This well, so it gets more challenging as it goes later in, but as long as you remember to make use of blocking in your cut without moving into punishing mode, you will be fine. Just make because in punishing mode, so you don't actually have so much of the, you can't use your blade to block as easily. But as my tips from the last stream, in hard mode, because you don't regenerate health HP as much, you need to plan out your material loadout. So it is recommended having revive and, in a team setting, revive and heal material seven. As I've currently got on this, I could have probably dropped the magnify materia and also the rise materia and replaced it for probably wall barrier materia and time, perhaps.
What is this shit?
Bring it.
Also, but then again, don't be afraid to you rely heavily on your abilities as well. Once you've got them there. Basically, so but again, try make use of regen usually at the start of the battle, and then either try to take a bit of a beating for you to use Karaga, or because you don't recover MP, your mana points as easy as normal until you get the end of a chapter, because you can't use items. If you haven't got that luxury, then try to use Cure or Cura rather than relying on Karaga as often.
Let's do this.
It also helps if you make use of counter stance as well.
It's over.
Also, as once you've got counter stance, just leave yourself in a block position. As soon as you take a hit, you then counteracting with it. So you have a check counter stance on now for you. As soon as they get hit,
Come on.
That should have actually shot right back at him. Yeah.
Let's try that again. Going all out. Well, figures it would end like this.
I fell again. So it should use my limit break, I think. Good evening. Good evening. I think we've had somebody else, somebody new join us. Welcome to tonight's playthrough of Final Fantasy VII on hard mode. Yeah, that was again a little bit unlucky for me because I managed to get my ATB back at Carl, and I just didn't get a chance to use my Cure magic. Dang it. I'm not doing very well on this one, am I?
Going in. Feeling good.
Get myself close to the wall.
Steady. I see you. This is gonna hurt.
I'll show you.
I'm waiting. Time to get serious. See ya.
He's dropping it on my head.
Let him escape.
Ah, I got a limit break. I got a limit break him.
Gotta give it my all. We're done. Not looking good. See you. It's over.
Look at us amateurs, putting in the work.
And send in the dogs. I don't know how they can call these dogs. Oh, I remember this now. I think I need should have loaded it with fire.
Catch me if you
No, the weak against ice.
Let's do this. Hasty tree! Come and get her!
Yeah, Fido. Yeah, come on, Fido. That takes care of that one.
think I ran off the pizza.
Hell of a show, man. If only the ladies loved you that much.
I'm glad someone's enjoying themselves.
Really?
Of course they store mechs here. You ready? Hell yeah!
More than you know. Look what I found. Let's give these jerks a taste of their own medicine.
Creepers.
I won't give up.
Ready to go. Bring them in, Cloud.
Second wave. Yeah. Bring it. Nothing
Sweep
personal.
it down. What link? What the Arsenal just posted in there. I need to set up a bot. Need to get a bot set up to stop those links.
Gotta be careful. All good.
Real damage.
Not looking good. Here we go. It's on now. Try this. Going in.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Need to spend some time doing a bit of configuring on it.
Still some left, you know? You should make use of them while you can.
This won't take long. Try this. Your
Time for a big fight with Roche.
You know what I want. A second dance. Just the two of us. You turned the key. The engine roars with excitement. It hungers to be set free!
Fall back. Right. Come on.
Yeah, the sword. What Roche is dressed in is what is exactly the same as Cloud's uniform. The difference is Cloud has lost one of the pauldrons, and the sword Roche is using is a typical soldier sword.
I'm just as fast as I ever was.
Roche has a slight adjustment to his uniform with the straps, which stands out a little bit more. Soldier, those in Soldier come in 3 ranks: Soldier first, second, and third class. First class is your top elite, which is the rank that is held by Cloud. So, and again, you can tell with the colour, because Roche is wearing the same colour as Cloud, but top, which shows the current rank. The soldier's jumper. Well, so it's a different colour based on which rank they belong to. I think the black is a third class. A slightly lighter shade or greenish shade, I think, was for second, and the first class was that purplish blue, which is what Cloud is wearing.
Won't last long. Ain't dead yet.
Come on now.
What was staggering? Hitting with physical strikes and blocking his attacks will eventually make him easier to interrupt.
Come on.
I think I'm going to be using counter stance quite a bit for this.
I'm waiting.
That's what I want. And I got my ass kicked. And dying all the time is natural. On hard mode, even if you played it played some of these levels a few times, it's quite natural to keep dying all the time.
Now that's what I call teamwork. Stay where you are.
Well, shit.
All right, assholes, show me your hands.
It was indeed.
Well, aren't we having a wonderful time taking the hornet's nest?
So let's skip the scene.
Come on. Here we go.
not not doing very well at the moment.
Now that's what I.
But as I did said in the previous towards the end of this last type stream, it is about so there. It is all about macro shards will do. It is about It is about looking at your strategies and then trying to come up with a way to defeat the boss. Defeat the bosses based on your current situation, even if it means you could attack it about 3, 4, 5 times or more.
Ready?
Gotta be careful. Ain't dead yet. Shit.
Come on now.
Not looking good. Steady.
Yeah, 40 other weaknesses there.
Ready?
Let's do this. Shit.
Hey.
Come on.
I told you we were gonna push it past the red line. Really? Shall I keep you company?
I won't give up.
In the blink of an eye.
Not looking forward. Not liking his attack strategy now.
A fiery gift for you. Open up the throttle.
Come on.
Shall I keep you company?
Gotcha.
Not looking good. Ain't dead yet.
In the blink of an eye.
I need to get into stagger. Once he's in stagger mode, I should be able to plow down with our health.
Pay attention.
Open up the throttle.
Now you're in for it.
Just limit breaker. Now shut up, get me into stagger. Nope, I should beat them. That was a nice combo attack. I'm just
With
wondering if
such
we're going to
willing
see
pleasure.
more Roche in the second part of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
There are higher heights to which you and I can still soar.
Because he does seem to make quite a bit of an interesting character.
Okay, boys, give them everything you've got, but kill the swordsman first.
Oh, sweepers. Well, we don't see motorcyclists doing that around these parts. It explains who keeps chewing up the grass outside, opposite the college.
Until then, try not
Figured
to
out, it's
die.
him. It's Roche. He keeps doing that.
I'll see you on the road, my friend.
Oh,
God damn it. Let's go. Right.
Run! Run while you can! Friendly! Friendly! Stand down! Your team shouldn't be here. Glad yours is.
and we always saying that at the beginning where they had critical lot of problems with the prequels, for introducing another Avalanche. This is how they've kind of like resolved that, where we get to see the other Avalanche group working and being told there's more than one Avalanche cell. Yeah, as it says, as they saying on screen in play.
It's always their way or the highway. Lately, they've been a real pain in the ass. Till now.
So then why are they here?
Beats me. We've been on the outs ever since our cell got labeled too extreme. Though they're the ones running around with mil-spec gear. Word is, they cut a deal with Wutai. Promised them all the materia in Midgar, apparently. Think there's any truth to that?
I'll fill you guys as soon as we reach the end of the scene video. I'll fill you guys in with about Wutai now.
Okay, mission complete. Let's make our way back to the lot.
Right.
Now in the up and coming, pause for this one. Actually, leave it there. In the up and coming add-on they released for Final Fantasy VII Remake, with it being released for PS5. With it being released for PS5, you get the. If you've been watching all the video streams and all that, you heard mention of a character named Yuffie. Yuffie is a ninja. She is a native of Wutai. In the original Final Fantasy VII, she appears as one of the hidden characters. I've always unlocked her before she would normally appear, because she does appear later on in the game when she steals all your material and you got to do the level without really any additional support or aid. But you can unlock her. You have two locations where you can unlock her. The earliest is on the main continent, which you start off with, after you've crossed through the Mithril Caves. Just before you hit in Juno, there is a little forest area that she'll appear. Well, you just do a little talk with her, kind of more or less. Just don't give her what she wants. Just do the opposite of what she wants of you, really, and she'll join you. The other hidden character is named Vincent Valentine, which again we'll see in the second remake part. Now, Wutai is a continent far to the east, far to the east or west of the in the game. They are a Chinese-Japanese based culture, Chinese or Japanese based culture. Now they're at war with Shinra. Shinra wants to put macro reactors on every continent, everywhere. The macro reactors are what's generating electricity by sucking up the life force on the planet. Now Wutai have said no, they don't want it. They don't want one there, which have annoyed Shinra. So Shinra and Wutai have gone to war with each other. Now in Crisis Core and before Crisis Core in particular, there are a lot of missions where you end up fighting against Wutai soldiers. The opening story and the first few chapters in Crisis Core is involved in the Wutai War, where your character gets sent to Wutai, working alongside Sephiroth, Angel, and Genesis. And during your mission to Wutai, Genesis disappears. Sephiroth's still there, and Angel eventually disappears. Wutai again, I've got a lot of military weapons, as well as using the traditional katanas and shurikens and so on. So they don't so much appear in this game, but they are referenced and mentioned quite a lot, because even though there's a ceasefire between Wutai and Shinra, there's still a lot of tension between both nations. And what you're finding is Shinra is able to use that a lot to their propaganda spin to try to maintain control over everything they've owned, really.
If we stuck around or went back, we'd only get upset.
Why is that?
He's a soldier who wouldn't understand. I'll tell him you're worried about him, no?
Many of our citizens have already been disturbed by the alarm. Squad A will set up here to search for suspects. You will establish a perimeter. Roadblocks included. Contain the situation. Rumors of
You made it! Over here!
only serve to frighten the people. You will tell any concerned citizen. Let's go!
Could you have been any louder? I mean, it made my job a lot easier, but... Wait, where's Wedge? Wedge! That was close.
We'll go get him.
In the original game, Biggs and Wedge and Jess didn't really play. They played a part, but they didn't really play much of a major part in terms of the story. Again, they are supporting characters, they're supporting NPCs, so didn't really play a great deal in terms of what's going on. They provide support, information, and so on. It's great to actually see them give these characters more life, more character design, and make them really stand out and look like.
Are we seriously doing this here? Wow.
Make them more likable, more relatable, and make them really feel like they did play that they play an integral part of the story, rather than we're in the first mission. We open doors for you, or we have rescued Jessie from after she gets knocked over and gets her foot trapped. Then they appear then on another mission. Just more or less, again, supporting characters to help you get into where you've got to go. And then they appear at the tower. And that's at the end of that part. That's the last you see of them. So seeing them play a bit more of an integral part, spending more like doing this mission, spending more time with them, doing things with them, having them actually help you out. For example, like Biggs knocking the missile turrets off, and Wedge then dealing with a pile of the guard dogs to lead them in the chase, and then using electro mines as well. Does really make you feel like that they deserve to be there and deserve the recognition for what they actually do for Avalanche.
It was those terrorists, right? There has been no attack. For your safety, please go home and remain indoors until further notice. An emergency has been declared. All civilians are to remain indoors. The cooperation is appreciated.
Right. This is it. Through here and we're home free.
Where exactly are we going?
When we get there, you'll know. Now that I've got my blasting agent, we should have everything we need for our next mission.
Sure hope so.
Yeah, me too. For your dad's sake.
Hey, what the hell, man?
Huh?
Yeah, well, so the reason why I've been like smashing up these boxes, especially during that fight with Roche, is as like I said, you don't recover mana points. In hard mode, we haven't got access to items, so we can't recover our mana points or MP as quickly. But we can by finding mana shards. So I were kind of glad that they were a bunch of boxes scattered about during that fight against Roche. What have we got there? Another revival of Batavia. So yeah, it's just like smashing those boxes. It's giving me items which I don't need because I can't use them. I've already got maximum there. But if it's mana shards there, it does make my life a lot easier in terms of regenerating my MP.
Should be somewhere around here. Bingo. I have figured my dad got it wrong, but nope. They're here just like he said.
Parachutes?
No, as I had, thank you, Master X.
50 is pretty good odds if
As
you
I
ask
had on the
me.
last stream last week, the couple which joined towards the last hour of the stream were asking questions about how do we recover health, how do we, if we lose a party member, what do we do? And it's all down to your materia loadout. Master up your revival materia to rise, and master your healing materia, and you will actually able to, well, as long as your party don't get wiped out, as long as somebody's still standing, use a rise if you've got the full ATB and the mana points there, just to bring them all back to their, that character back to their feet and slay them then.
What in the hell are you trying to...
Easy, you'll make us fall.
Not if you do first.
Swing by my place after, so I can pay you in full.
Aye aye. Cloud you, so yeah, you're lucky SOB.
Give me a minute.
No,
Why you have to be such a hard ass, bro?
I ain't your bro.
I'm only kidding. I'm only joking. What a view.
I wish I could have done more. Just got hurt.
You did enough. You took one for the team. Be proud.
Yeah? Yeah!
Feels like we're flying high these days.
Now, more than ever.
He's a keeper, all right.
Yeah! Together, we can take on the world!
Again, one of the most, like I said on the last stream, one of the most relaxing pieces of music. It's playing in the background.
That's cool. We'll go together.
Aw, thanks, bro.
Cut that out.
This way. Think Jesse and Biggs made it back safe?
I guess.
Cool if we check on them?
It's a good job we cleared that out last week, because otherwise we'll be attacked by everything that's in there.
You side too, right? Over Scrap Boulevard. Quiet out here.
Got new numbers for Monster Slaying this month. Check 'em out.
Well, this is Big's place. I guess he hasn't made it home yet.
Guess not.
Hope he isn't worst casing it again. He's got a habit of overthinking things, worrying about all the possible outcomes till his head hurts.
Wouldn't have guessed.
And when he worries, I worry. Anyway, let's head on over to Jesse's.
Me wanting to leave Midgard and go over. Scares me to death thinking there might be more to come.
This is where Jesse lives. Men are not allowed inside.
Also, like, as we like making our way through the slums, it kind of does make you wonder about the other type of the slums that we've actually got in our world and around our planet. When we're looking at how some of these buildings are made out of tin sheds and so on.
It's all a game to her.
It makes you actually wonder what it's like in other parts of the world. There you go. It's like living in a house that is just made of tin shed sheets. Also, like we're quite lucky over here because we've got brick and mortar houses, but there are still people over here which haven't actually got that luxury. Yeah, we still got people which live on the streets. So everybody does deserve to have a place to live.
Hey there, Bigums, Reggie,
and it's been great during the pandemic that they are trying to do things to help with the homeless.
Okay.
Thanks for seeing me home.
Really little kitties.
It's all good, bro.
It's kind of weird when you call me that.
Hey.
Well, we rescued the kitties last week after we finished last week's stream. My one cat actually decided then she was gonna come in here for the night. I'm surprised she's not actually scratching at the door.
You know about the secret reactor?
Need to get paid. Time to see Jesse.
Well, if it isn't Cloud Strife. Was wondering when you'd show up. Without further ado, here you are. Thanks for stepping up, Merc. And now for the cherry on top.
Okay, I get it. Mind letting me breathe?
Depends. Mind coming over tomorrow night? My roommates should all be out for a while.
Are you seriously that desperate? Just let go already.
Only if you promise to come back tomorrow night. Deal?
And I think we got a new member in the stream tonight. If so, welcome to tonight's streaming. I'm Vex and Primus. Also, hope you enjoy the playthrough for Final Fantasy VII Remake on hard mode. Also, as you can see, we've don't know if you've played this game or not, but we now come to the end of chapter 4.
Black Millie, red jelly? I use only the best ingredients. Sound good?
And we'll be making our way into chapter 5.
Oh, you are
and
so
see how far we
adorable, you know
get. 'Cause we may be able to make it into chapter
You just
6
leave
tonight. I've
everything to
got a
me.
funny
It'll be
feeling
great.
we might bring the end of the stream at the end of chapter.
Nighty night.
Probably push to chapter 6. Let's see how far we get.
Come on, you know you want it. Whatever happens, Shimmer will protect us.
Yeah, quiet till the next bomb goes off.
That fire is fine.
Where am I going? Going back to our room for the night.
There's some guys.
And that means us folks using the new
Yeah, go for it. Well, so it's been an interesting journey streaming for myself for the past 2 weeks. It is, and put in well again
She's probably
adding overlays and building your stream, even building like your profile and everything does take time, but it is worth streaming. And if you enjoy playing games and showing what games you play and what you do, go for it. Because as you've seen with my streaming, sleep until tomorrow. Yeah, as you would have seen if you check my schedule, I try to do about 4 streams a week. I have 3 days of streaming. Final Fantasy VII on a Tuesday. Been playing Metal Gear. But not.
Yeah.
I know, so I
out for a
picked up
while.
these overlays
Just walking.
from the own 3D
I ran into
platform.
Johnny, by the way.
So
He said
I
not to worry,
so
he
I
was getting out of
I would
town.
look through the ones they had there and found one that actually
that
fits
guy.
quite well with
You
my
weren't thinking of leaving
my
Midgar
my
anytime
my
soon, were you?
my name Vex and Primus. The
Well, seems this old friend of mine's in a
the
tight spot.
Long
Long
so
time ago, I said I'd
the
be there
robotic
for her.
symbol with
Made
the
a
with the
promise.
V shape
So,
by actually doing some editing on the banners, and I had actually worked out
Can't
quite
say this
well
is
for
quite what I had in
creating
mind when I put that
creating
on
the
you
V
way back when.
for the name Vexen.
if you want to talk, I'm listening.
So some other tips which
What's
also
with
work
you
quite
all
well
of a
with
sudden?
streaming is
With me?
setting up
you're losing
things
that
such
hard
as
edge.
Twitter
That
and
bad?
Instagram, and then
Not
trying
at all.
again to
I like
advertise
it.
yourself as much on
Maybe
that.
Marlene won't be
You can
so
get
scared of
overlay.
you
You can
next
make your own
time.
overlays. You can get overlays free of charge as well.
I'm really glad
All the
to
links,
have you
all the
back,
links to
Cloud.
my,
Really
all the
glad.
links to my
It's pretty late, huh?
my Instagram and my
I'd like to
Twitter
catch up
and
more,
my
but we should
YouTube
probably
channel
both get
are
some sleep, yeah?
found in
Yeah.
my about
Good night,
section
then.
on my channel profile.
Good night, Tifa.
So if it's the link for owned 3D, I trying to think where I think I trying to think where I found that link from. I think I found it either on a video using some of the settings on OBS and all that, or for watching some of the other videos through YouTube through
sleep
what do we call that?
and dream the sweetest dreams.
But there's loads from out there. I actually got the link for Own 3D by watching a stream on YouTube.
Cloud!
What's wrong?
Come with
And
me! Quickly!
where is it?
We were getting ready to set out when those things
By
showed up and came after us.
watching Stream Scheme
Barely
on
just here holding
YouTube.
your ground, but for how long?
Because again, there's a lot of information I've actually found to get out with setting things up and so on, just by watching other streamers support on YouTube.
Ready?
You know it.
There was like owned, yeah, you can get some overlays from Own 3D
Head for the bar.
through your Twitch channel setup, but then there are others as well which you will go into the Own 3D website. You can actually get three overlays and overlays packs. If you find find the stream scheme one as well and register with and join their Discord group, you can actually get some free overlays for them as well.
There's way too many of them.
Overlay packs. The one I'm using, I actually bought. Well, so I bought the premium pack, which then gave me everything I needed, including the sound files to go with the events that pop up for new subscribers, new followers, and so on.
See them unless they make physical contact first.
That's all you can tell me?
I can tell you they're not invincible.
Right. There you go. Again, I was going to provide some information about our characters, but I've talked about Cloud Strife. Let's talk about our wonderful, lovely Tifa Lockhart. Nice. Well done, Dylan. I think I'm only up to 10 subscribers on my YouTube. And again, the YouTube channel I started about the same time as I did my Facebook page. Which was when I decided I'm gonna try and do this a little bit more serious like. Tifa Lockhart is Cloud Strife's childhood friend. She and Cloud are both from a town in the east or in the west. I apologise. Give myself a little bit more comfy. In a town, she's from a town called Nibelheim, which is out in the west. Again, we should see Nibelheim in the next Final Fantasy. I think we've always seen some scenes from Nibelheim already. Also played through when Cloud has seen Sephiroth. Tifa is a martial artist. Both her and Cloud were childhood friends. An incident happened at Nibelheim 5 years ago. It's about 5, maybe a little bit longer years ago. That resulted in Tifa leaving Nibelheim and coming to Midgar. Her and Cloud's home was destroyed by Sephiroth. Nice. So I'll have to have a check them out. The town was destroyed by Sephiroth when he discovered a dark truth about his origin. Again, I'll probably go a little bit more detail with this. Sephiroth, with somebody else, was sent to Nibelheim to investigate the recent rise in monster activity. Cloud was actually dispatched as well. Cloud was there. Whilst they investigating, they explored the Nibelheim Mountains, which Tifa went with. Tifa was the guide, and discovered that the reactor was not a reactor, macro reactor, but held a dark secret. It was actually housing mutated humans. It turns out this was actually a holding place for Shinra's scientists' dark and disturbing experimentation on humans and the effects of macro and a particular type of cell. Sephiroth found out the truth about his origin and went from being the legendary soldier first class Sephiroth to simply wiping out the entire town. He discovered the truth, didn't like what he found out, so he burned down the town. Tifa burned out the town, made his way to the reactor. Tifa confronted them. Didn't go so well for Tifa. She was rescued by Cloud, and then of course Cloud did kill Sephiroth there and then, as you saw in the previous stream, where Cloud said to Sephiroth, "You're dead. I've killed you already." and yet Sephiroth still walks around, he's still alive. There is a reason for that, but I'm not going into that yet. I won't go into that yet. She left Midgard. She left Nibelheim after being rescued by Cloud. She was injured. She was rescued by Cloud, but somebody else managed to took her away from there. Her martial arts master, and she wound up in Nibelheim in Midgard, where she joined Avalanche again. Like many, was joining Avalanche because of what Shinra have done to them. It was so they want justice. Shinra, being a big, powerful corporation, have gotten away with doing inhumane experimentation and so on, which is the reason why so many people join Avalanche to fight against them. Tifa is a close combat specialist in an RPG sense. She is a close quarter DPS. On the lines of in terms of D&D and D&D type class character, she would be a monk. She fights with her fists, her weapons. Tifa's starting off weapon is her lovely leather glove, which she starts out with. Again, she picks up her metal knuckle, which then has a little bit more power behind it. New one was, of course, a new one for this game is the feathered glove and purple rain, which again I'm not quite sure if they're in the original. The mithril claw, for example, is a typical weapon that she have actually got from the original Final Fantasy VII games. As you can see we can see the abilities on the screen. Be a dive kick, true strike. Forced strike, star shower, Kai trap, and true strike. She does like doing a lot of close combat fighting. A nice little tip and trick with Tifa is when you stagger an enemy, there is a trophy on you where if you can get the stagger percentage up to 260 or 300%, you actually get a trophy out of it. And the best character for that is Tifa, by using some of her abilities because she's able to charge up her ATB quite quickly. Is actually converting that ATB over to give more powerful strikes when the opponent is staggered. Just lay into them with Tifa, and that should build that percentage gauge right up there. If you can get to 300%, I still haven't quite got there yet. 290, I've managed to cap that before my enemies have been defeated. I've died. I need to use her abilities on much more powerful opponents just to ensure I actually get to that level. But you can earn a trophy out of it.
I guess that's something. More of them? We're running out of time.
The other way?
Yeah, over here.
Now these creatures we see in here are not in the original game.
Are they trying to stop us from reaching the others? Cloud, this way. Oh, you've gotta be kidding me.
These are something new that have been added into this game. These are known as the Harbingers of Fate, and they appear and seem to intervene at certain points in the game and cause. They do hinder the characters, but at the same time they also do provide help and support to the characters. No, no, no. A good. When I said about that stagger gauge, it's using Tifa's ATB and use the unbridled strength because that actually boosts up your uh, triangle ability for Omni Strike by actually. Well, if I use one for you, this is the top tier, which is your Rising Shine, followed by Omni Strike. You currently start off with Whirlwind Uppercut by using Unbridled Strength and level and tearing that up twice. Actually gives you a much more powerful attack, and then just keep adding charge ATB and keep using it to keep bringing it back up to Omni Strike and so on to try and increase that stagger gauge. So as I said, she is quite a physical attacks are quite weak, but she is quite a strong. She's quite a strong, close-quartered fighter.
Be careful.
We get the avatar. So if it's a character logo, I don't know what they've actually put on it for three at all. My character logo I did pick up from Own 3D, but also they get my logo, but I do have to pay for it. But also, I will myself. I'd probably be looking to upgrade my logo probably within a few months. Because again, with not well, so the ones I've seen on 3D and what I keep having sent through to me through my Discord, not Discord, through Twitter, and well, quite a lot through Instagram. There's nothing really stands out. Again, I'm seeing a lot of Twitch streamers, and their logos they're pretty much the same. They've had a caricature done of themselves or an animal with their name. It's like, yeah, great, but where's the individuality? Where's the thing that makes you stand out for you? When you look at some more well-known and well-established, you think, yeah, they've really done something there to make them stand out more. But I've been having quite a bit of message me on there just to, oh, what's up? Would you like some overlays? Would you like this? Would you like that? It's like, yeah, but I don't need them yet. If you'd actually checked out my channel, you would have seen I've already got stuff there. I know you want to try and drive the business as well, but I don't need them at the moment. There we are. So you mean about that stagger gauge?
How's your ammo?
Running low.
Yeah, what's it again? Like logos like that. Yeah, they look nice. But also, you want something that really pops, and not something that's quite generic to what everybody out there got. It's like with my own Vex and Primus. Now, why did I go with Vex and Primus? Well, I'm a Transformer fan. It's the name Primus. Think about it. And again, this was a name I came up with Vex and Primus. Again, works quite well on the robotic level, which when you look at the overlays, when you've got the actual robotic symbol with a V, that works quite well. Now again, I love that. I might actually see about commissioning someone to create something on the similar sort of line with the overlay package and the full works, but actually take that robotic mask theme, the V-shaped robotic mask thing, but actually then take it to another level, add to it, make it stand out, make it more unique, more individual, rather than rather than something generic. Because again, I know someone out there probably got the same robotic theme overlay pack as I've got.
Your leg? Does it hurt?
Not nearly as much as the fuss everyone's making.
Still, I think you ought to avoid putting any.
I'm fine.
Oh.
That's enough. You're out, Jesse.
Huh? What about the mission? We already sent Biggs in, remember? Don't tell me you're thinking of calling it off.
No, we got this.
The hell you do.
If you need someone to step up, I'm your man.
But the other thing I suppose you can do it once you've actually got so like your particular your logo. Okay, what you could do with that, use it in Photoshop if you're quite graphically inclined and all that. So again, graphics are not really my strong point. But what you can do with it is add your own, tweak it, make it yours.
What? But I'm in perfect health.
Yeah, if it was like again, yeah, I've looked at some of the free packs on Streamlabs OBS and all that, because Own 3D is part of an extension pack you can put into, you can add to for your Twitch channel. So if you work the panels, so on the about page, on the about me page, you can actually add to it. You can add it. I can add it in that way. But the one I picked up from Own 3D, that came down as a separate file. But you can do a thing to upload it straight into OBS, so into Streamlabs, or you could or you can build in it, as you can in Streamlabs. Build it in the OBS studio.
With Old Wedge in charge, this place will be safer than ever.
I was hoping to get another luck materia.
And take care.
Well, as I said in the last stream video, in the first part, the first 3 chapters, you give a couple of opportunities to gain the luck materia. You can only gain the luck materia at this point in the game, as a prize off Wedge for seeing that darts in the corner. But playing the mini darts game took me a lot of opportunities with it. Took me a lot of tries with it, and you do need to have a lot of patience with it. Is gaining the top score, knocking Wedge off his top spot of 8, clearing the board with 7 or less, and it is quite challenging. Go on, let's have a quick game, shall we? I didn't do quite well then. It's trying to get that bullseye to. You can either try and do it with the bullseye, or you can try to be steady to get it on the triple 20s. It's not very easy to get to do that, as you can see by here. Missed that. No, I have not got my 7 darts. Not doing so well. I'm gonna stop. No, I'm not. I'm not using an Elgato. I'm using something else to do my streaming. So I think if I use an Elgato, I'd probably be able to get things to work a a lot better through Streamlabs. But at the moment, the one I'm using is allowing me to work quite well in
After you
OBS
take a deep
and
breath.
Twitch Beta.
I can tell you're nervous.
That obvious, huh? Okay, I'm ready now.
What chapter are we on? Still in chapter 4. We're going into chapter 5, and we'll see if we may be able to get the end of chapter 6. Because what time do I get? What time? I think I'm streaming until 11 o'clock normally. No, it's not. No, I didn't put a time on, did I? I think I got it. I think I'm running the stream till 11. I think we may have reached the end of this chapter, and then that'll be it. Then that'll be it for the end of the night. So far we get. Yeah. Why did you sell yours?
You can rest easy, folks. We can assure you no monsters have been sighted. Rest assured.
I hate to think what's coming next.
That would have been training, I guess.
I've never heard a scream like that.
So when are we gonna... Shinra's gonna stop him, right? Avalanche is the real enemy, I say.
That's a bit weird. My voice recognition on my phone would capture and something, and it's like, what? You could use the capture card to actually have something streaming on your console as well as on your PC, and worked it both ways. But there, because again, you could have used the capture clips and things off your when you are playing something on the console, or if, and a good example, which again a missed opportunity, you could have been streaming from RetroPie. Well, so as I can with mine, I just plug the HDMI cable into my RetroPie, and then into the unit. The other one goes straight to the TV, and I can see what's on here and what's going on there. So if I want to do some retro gaming, I've got that full opportunity as well. That's it. Also, probably on about retro pie-in and things like that. Probably may have a slap on the wrists.
All right, people. Mission starts the moment we board that train. You sure you ready?
Because the card I picked up. Let me find that. Because the card I've picked up, which is fine for what I'm doing at the moment, is a Aoboco game capture card with HDMI. Well, so I think out of all the ones I were looking at, it was
on schedule.
All we can do is hope.
Today really gotta be the day, huh?
Ain't no stopping.
66 pound.
A lot of people risk their lives
Choice
to
with
get rolled.
choice with one in blue or black, and out of the ones I looked at, that's probably one of the more more or less it says like it's an above entry level. It works quite well. Again, I'm looking at the stats by year.
Play
And yeah, was again drop frame rates running off it is quite low at the moment, 0.6%. I know I'm only running at 30 frames per second, and that's because I'm using the capture card, not the graphics GPU rather than the CPU on the system. So again, 30 frames per second is the default setting, but works quite well for what I want to use the use out of it.
This is an announcement from the Shinra Electric Power Company. The terrorist group Avalanche.
Well, because I think after once I actually hit the affiliate level, well, so I will start looking at picking up new additional things to expand on this as well. Because I'm running this through my gaming laptop. I'm using the Nevada GeForce GTX 1050M graphics card.
It's the same deal as last
Just whatever GPUs on that Nevada graphics card.
and then blow it all to hell. Let's do this one for Jesse and Wedge. They deserve it.
Yeah.
Sure.
So the other thing is when you go video graphics card, when you stream in, is some of the tips and that I've also picked up is try to avoid playing games that everybody else is actually doing.
There's barely anyone on this train, and none
Well,
of them look happy.
probably. But it works quite well for my it works quite well for my gaming laptop, and I've had this for a couple of years now. Well, I've had this gaming laptop for 3 years. The other thing, like with your streaming game card, again, when you with streaming, is tips I've actually learned is try to avoid playing games that everybody else is playing. Well, not as such, but just be aware of what games that others are playing, in case you're streaming something that's already going to a saturated market. So again, a lot of people are playing Fortnite, COD, and streaming them on you. How many people are playing Fortnite at the moment? People playing COD and streaming on you. There's lots of channels with it. Again, when I look at look at Final Fantasy VII. Let's have a look. Go back.
Why's that?
Put some stats back on
Barrett's always
Twitch.
on edge before missions, but you know he's a good guy underneath it all. The people on this train don't.
You'll be fine.
Maybe, but I won't be until I know for sure.
Currently, there are
Be right back.
Thanks.
620 viewers currently watching Final Fantasy VII Remake. On the remake at the moment, yeah, as I said, only 628 really, which is streaming at the moment. When we then look at, for example, let's pick another one, because I'm thinking about doing Monster Hunter Rise and streaming that one night. I might actually do it because my Sunday stream, guys, is my random game choice, which we've had the last 2 Sundays. First Sunday we had Mega Man Zero HD Collection, first one, followed by Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain, and that was a fun stream. I was watching me being killed as I'm trying to be sneaking away through. I'm being really cocky, and for the ending for that level what we had was very disappointing. I gotta say it. Sunday just gone, I did Terraria, Devil May Cry 1, Terraria in the morning, and again I had quite a few people join our stream, and join in to see what's going on with that and talk, and I got quite a few people interested in playing it. Let's look, CSGO. Oh, so GTA. GTA 5. They are currently, again, it's 383,000 viewers watching that at the moment, so that's not too bad. Yeah, I've been having a good play about with Terraria for since that stream.
They train you to be ready for anything.
Wish I was.
Oh, so again, it's let's look at Terraria. Currently, there's 400. No, wrong one. There's only 1.3k viewers watching Terraria at the moment. So yeah, there's. Well, so if you're gonna stream, again, especially with starting out again, to watch a lot of videos. It's like I said, stream scene, for example. That's one of the things they'll say is like pick a game that's not oversaturated. If you're gonna stream something and you want to try and get your channel to blow up and become quite popular,
Keep an eye on Barrett for me.
streaming to an oversaturated market or playing a game that's oversaturated is something that's going to be quite difficult. So again, play what you want.
So, do you still support those terrorists?
Play whatever games you fancy.
Avalanche is a blight.
Because again, I'm streaming because I'm playing the games I like, the games I enjoy doing. But at the same time, put a bit of a show, put a bit of entertainment for others to watch. But it's also good to showcase different sort of games. Now, like I said, Monster Hunter Rise, I'm trying to find a couple of hunters so I can form a party. And also, I might actually stream that one night. I think also if I'd streamed last time, we probably would have had a nice laugh. Yep, yes, I do play GTA 5. I actually completed that a couple of weeks ago. Even though I've had a year for years, my ex normally plays it. My ex was the one who normally played it. I'd do a couple of the missions with her, but then when you're playing it, she'd skip a lot of the missions, especially the fly missions, because she didn't like them. Well, I played it, and I played every mission without skipping one, start to finish on my own. Whereas she, on the other hand, would do a. I haven't really done much online. I'm still quite a beginner online. I'm still at the I'm still a beginner level with playing GTA Online. She did do a couple online with her, and she used to get quite frustrated with when you're doing missions on there, how many your team would actually.
Emergency ID scan in progress.
How many of the teams would actually mess up the missions because they wouldn't actually work as it. Everybody want to go at it for themselves. They wouldn't want to work. They don't want to work as part of the team. They don't want to complete the missions together. It's each to their own. It seemed to end up being with her.
Take care of them, Cloud.
Well, so because when I put my character together and joined in with it, the person who was doing again started at the same time decided to kill and rob me as soon as we completed one mission. And why was you banned for it? The question.
You have to get out of here.
What are you doing?
Trying to keep you alive.
But I work for Shinra. I'm the enemy.
I don't care. I don't want anyone to die. Please.
Look after the others.
Oh well. You break the T&Cs, and so you're going to pay the price for it.
There's no end to them.
3 unauthorized passengers successfully deployed neutralizing threats.
station will be crawling with security. We gotta jump.
Screw that.
Need to slow the train down.
Sounds like a big plan E.
You okay?
Yeah.
Oh, these little robots.
Ready.
That's it. Let's have some fun. Smash the robots, shall we? Leg ray.
It's on you.
I got it. You're up.
Hang back.
That hit.
All right, enough.
That's gotta be him. Hey, thanks for when we jumped from the
Yep, Marco shards.
You always know what to say.
Marco shards great for recovering your MP. And Big Brother's now watching us.
I felt sure we had them, didn't you?
Sir,
Born survivors, these surats. Speaking of which, where's the third?
in custody, sir.
Return it to the wild.
Yes, sir. Right away.
Yes, yeah. Hunter, some mods are fun. I've actually seen some. I've actually had I've had a good laugh at the mods they've actually used to take the mick out of Franklin. Why were you trolling people? You shouldn't be trolling people. Because when you're trolling, you would just be in a bully.
You're mine. It's on now.
What you gotta think of is when you're trolling somebody, how would you like it if they started doing it to you?
Nothing to it.
I've seen some of the funny mods on there where we've had SpongeBob characters take replacing what's his name, not Franklin.
Should be some stairs over there.
Oh, Franklin's mate, where they've like replaced Franklin's mate with DBZ characters. The funniest one is actually the one I actually quite. Yes, yes, you must. I get. It's like when I've played MMOs and I'm doing dungeons and raids in there, and somebody starts trolling the group because we keep wiping. Yeah, it's great for that person. They know how to deal with the current level, but having a go and trolling somebody else or somebody who's new still learning mechanics, it just makes you. Well, you just end up kicking them out, kicking them out of the group because they got no, because at the end of the day, you don't want them there. The whole purpose of us playing games and creating a community is to actually not encourage, but help other people like our games want to actually take part, see what's there, try something new. It's something I had when I talked to somebody the other day when I played Fortnite. Again, I've never played it. I played it once, and like 3 hours in with a couple hours with me, and you're going, "Oh, we got a newbie," laughing their heads off. I'm thinking, now you love playing this game. Now I'm potentially a brand new person coming into your game world here. Somebody's going to keep this game alive, and you now are trolling me because I'm brand new in the game. I don't know the mechanics. Really, you should be helping me with this game, and you more or less you just turned me off from playing it. Am I going to go back and play it? No. Have I been back and played it? No. Will I go back? Not really. Not really. It was the same with COD that's like one of the things why I'm not really a great fan of playing a lot of the COD multiplayer online experiences. So the amount again, I played a couple of games, and you had the same person doing the same thing, killing everyone exactly the same way over and over again. It's like, well, kudos to you. Yeah, you've obviously. I work for a living. I haven't got the time to be sat here for hours on end in a sniper position shooting everybody. Kudos to you. Well, so you do nothing else for your life, but you doing that, but yeah, I know you want to get top points in the game, but you doing that by now are kind of like turning people off wanting to play the online experience. Well, so you should be again, get the kills, but you should be actively encouraging people to want to come back and want to play again and again and again and again. That's what I liked when they introduced. That's what I liked with zombies. Because again, I could sit there, online team co-op, even just 2 of you. I had a session the other day, 2 of us, literally fight. We went up to round 5. Just the 2 of us. I kept dying more than quite a bit. But the chap that was working with me also kept helping me help and actually helped me get through it. Well, so, and that we're helping each other is how we're going to ensure that our gaming community is going to grow and thrive. By also trolling people. You invite them into your gaming world, you invite them into where they might enjoy the game, they never tried it before. Trolling them is going to make them think, well, I don't really want to be here. It's like, think about it, it's like school. If you had a bad experience in school, and you come out of school, or you go from school to college, you had a bad experience in school, you're just not going to want to be there because you're going to think, oh, it's like school. Well, so the teacher's going to shout at me, the teacher's going to do this, they're going to do that, they're going to be on my case, and so on and so forth. I don't really want to be there. And it's the same with a gaming environment, with games, online gaming. You don't want to create a bad experience, and again that's something that I'm a true believer in. We want to try and create a big experience for people to come back. and experience it again. Again, we all newbies, we all learning. It'd be like so we got a DM in the chat with us. It's like if you got somebody new coming into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Your first steps into it. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Amanda. Your first steps into it is quite daunting. Setting up a character, and then after you get that set up the character, actually then going to play the game can be quite daunting. And if you join a group where the others are not willing to help you or support you, it's going to actually turn you off wanting to try it. I gotta say it. I got a fantastic DM, and I got a fantastic team. I play with every week. Also, and again with Friendly Bunch, I've actually helped on one of my mobile games I play. So our group on there was sort of actually helped encourage quite a few as part of that group there, because a couple of them do play Dungeons and Dragons. They've actually set up and play a game a couple of nights a week. So they normally go one running at the same time when we've got one on Friday. They go one running on a Monday as well with us. And me talking to these new characters, we had another DM who's in charge of our group in that game. He runs his own games, and between the two of us, we spoke to a few of them in the group which want to try it, and they've actually gone ahead and done it. Yeah, you do make them fun. You make we have a good laugh, even if our party actually doing a far better job at ending the world than the actual evil we're supposed to be stopping. yeah, we are a real bunch of misfits. But it's what you put into it, and it's having people that are willing to help you. So I'm a gamer. I love D&D. I enjoy it. So P does. P does as well. He loves it. He's so on spot. So spot on there. Well, so again, P, which is our DM. Again, he makes the world exciting, interesting, creates a fantastic story that my party just seems to mess up. You got your plans and what you would like this story. How you just like the story to go, and you're going that way, and our party is going that way. We're going the opposite direction. Because after the last game that we had, it was a good laugh. I don't actually stream our D&Ds. Because again, there's a few of us in there. Again, I need to get permission off everyone to be able to stream it, and so and again, if everybody in the group don't agree with it, then then there's no point. I know some people do actually stream their D&D games. Well, so you can be able to find a couple of us online. Well, so I know we're sort of like we've got a nice group number there. So again, I'm sure most of them sure if you had sure that so P or even Sanya. Yeah, well, so we definitely be having strikes on those streaming videos. I think we'll definitely be having a ban if we streamed them. But if you have a word with Sanya, when we're back in, again, but even if people the point of interaction. Also, point of directions with others within our gaming community if they're looking for people. Also, looking for new players to get you into a game. I suppose it was Because again, it's something I wouldn't. There you are. So yeah. So if you have a word with Sanya, I'll let you know who Sanya is outside of the stream. But if you drop him a message, you be people are pointing over there. Again, set up a character. It can be quite daunting to begin with. If you got, it's worth picking up the play. You get a free copy of the Player's Handbook, which only gives you limited stuff. But I'll send you a link where you'll be able to get a copy of you'll be able to get a copy of more information really for the Player's Handbook. That's a good start for the. I've set my characters up through D&D Beyond. They have applications out there such as Eurolab, which also do exactly the same thing. D&D Beyond was apart from if you want the full player's content information, you would have to buy the content. Also Heroes Lab, I think it got something. It was something on a similar sort of line with it. Also not 100% sure, not 100% sure in with it. I did have a look about with it yesterday. But it's also good to think of what sort of character you'd like to play. Again, how you'd like to play that character. Again, character creation. The character creation is one of the fun parts of it. There you are. There you are. He will have to pay for the license once, and then use the community packs. So there's lots of alternative ways around with it. Again, I use D&D. No, yeah. Because with it that I use Lab, I set up the demo lab thing yesterday, but I didn't. But for some reason, I've only got the Pathfinder packs in there. So we're gonna have a look and see about transferring Cayman's information from Beyond over. But yeah, again, set up a character. There's a big community out there that provides help and support. When I set up Cayman originally, I actually jump over to. When I set up Cayman, I actually did some research on. I found videos online that talk you through it, how to help set up a character, how to go about with things. I read it for me. I found guides as well for setting up what sort of character you'd want. For character you want, what sort of skill, like your skill sets. Like I play a Tiefling Rogue Assassin. Sorry, Cayman's a Tiefling Rogue Assassin. Also, again, I already had an idea in place in terms of what I want to do for that character, or how I would like that character to be. And then again, working as a rogue, adding the assassin part into it, and as Cayman likes to use quite often, is crossbows. He's aiming to actually eventually pick up 2 hand crossbows. Even if he finds one on a guard and steals it. Being a rogue, he's a thief as well. But yeah, it's always a good idea to have some sort of character idea in mind where you want to do, whether it's taking it from a character from a game, a book, and then just modifying it to make it more of your own. Yes, we did. We botched the mission, as it were, but we did gain the favour of the gods. But as is happening this Friday, we should be able to be looking to try to, well, two of us are looking to try to redeem try and redeem the mission as best we can. Which is but again, it's if you find a good good group to fall in with and play, it is a good laugh. Also, and it is. I recommend it to anyone. Now, like I've been wanting to play D&D for a good few years. Also, because I went off. I had the third edition books and had a read through them, but never went anywhere from that. We're on 5th edition now, and I'm glad I actually got into it. And also, and P have given us a great adventure. It's taken us longer than planned to complete it, but it's been a good laugh. Try it, get working away through it, and combat, the storytelling has been great. Yeah, it was well. If you were Sanya want to run it one day in the week before Friday, because again I haven't got anything planned at the moment. So yeah, so that'll work fine for me. With our game we've got on Friday, I've just got to, like I was saying earlier, just got to finish figuring out the name for my character. Because I've currently named him. Pop it there. That's the name I've currently gone for him. Also because he's a fighter warlock class. Iron Forged. Also, but I'm still tweaking out the name. I've got his item base set up. I just got to check with R. This if I'm allowed to. It's got to be a bit of a robotic type name to her. And also fitting with the character's background a bit. Do need to check need a check with her because I've got the items in place with her. Whether I'm allowed to purchase any portions of healing beforehand, or sort that out so that when we're in game. Dalek. well, the name I've gone with is experimental. Oh, what was the D? Experimental Defense Magical Assault Model. 3-3. Or if you ignore the ed part, MAM 3-3 Mammy. That's only a small collection. That's only a small part of my model collection, but they're up on the wall. I did actually have this one come through the other day. I have once I get what I've got, what I'm working on, the way that'll be something I'll be working on probably towards the summer period. A Star Drake. So let's pop back into there. Yeah, because I've still got a few more on the board to finish off. With more, so I've got my sequesters to finish. So they've got the base colours with them. It's just now adding additional layers to the base colours, and then start the layering with them. I've got a couple of dragons, a griffin, and some mage units to get sorted as well. Right, what material have I got here? Oh, I just got to put the healing. Just got to put the revive material back onto him. Hey, I've got my revival material up. That's good. What's fire then? Well, so well, I was watching. I did actually watch a stream. Was watching the stream the Sunday night after I finished mine. I was actually watching a Final Fantasy XIV stream. I also haven't played 14 in quite a while, but for me to catch up, I need to be grinding on that for weeks. Well, literally weeks. But what I'll be doing with that is I will actually probably be streaming straight from PC for it, because of the even though it's nice, it's a nice cross-platform game. I've got there. That was one of the reasons why I got a gaming laptop, was to play Final Fantasy 14. Yes, follow the blue lights.
Big was way ahead of us. Jesse was gonna back him up, so it wouldn't surprise me if he needs our help. So let's not keep him waiting.
Right.
You're not going anywhere.
Deal with that.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I got this.
No, I do actually quite like using Barrett's abilities, because again he is our long range combatant in the group, and once you unlock Maximum Fury, that's a great one for adding a lot of pressure and pummeling onto your opponents. Another one as well is charge it up to 280B, and you really got a good damage dealer with it. Another nice one as well is point blank, but you've got to be up close to the opponent.
That's a win.
As we've seen on screen, but the Marco Shard recovery, that's what to recover in hard mode with your MP. That's a useful tip. I've said quite a few times. When you're using your magic, because you've got to be quite strategic, you can recover magic points by finding Marco Shards. When you find the boxes containing them, smash them up, save your game, and reload back in at that point, because all the boxes return. I know it was so it may feel like, but someone might say, but isn't that cheating? It's not really cheating if it's a game mechanic that the developers actually put into the game.
If this is what you want.
Let's go.
What's that?
Nothing good.
Guys? I think it might be a nest.
All kinds of creepy crawlies make themselves at home in the plate. Then get messed up even more by the Mako.
Mako did this?
No, not Mako. Shit. What?
Kind of makes you wonder what is living really in the undergrounds down London and around the world when you're seeing the sort of mess. If there are big bugs and creatures like this living living in the underground railway systems. Only ones which will actually see it are those which are actually which are actually got to do maintenance down there.
Ain't no walking away from this.
Get ready. No holding back.
I could have done that on my own.
Sure you could.
More of them?
What now?
It's huge.
So you must be the queen, huh?
It's on you.
Need my help, do you?
No. Again with this game, I could play this for hours quite easily. Just play it for hours and hours. Warrior's weak against fire, but I'm not going to.
Come on. I know you can do it.
Heads up. There, go. Ha, there. Gotcha.
Better go rescue Barrett, hadn't I? Don't want him dying on me.
Let's try that again.
Keep it up.
Let's see if I can get that up to the level I want to get it up to. Nah.
Gotcha. Bring it.
I know it's stupid. Why I gotta kill all these
Those things really creep me out.
A train's gonna get derailed by one of these days.
Shinra should do something.
Happen accidentally, will.
But it's too late then.
There's good old Stan. Check his nose.
This isn't bad, you know?
Yeah, they really captured the essence of
Bill Stamp.
propaganda.
Check it out. I guess she was doing something about those monsters after all.
Doing a
How
half-ass
did we get
job.
such big details?
Screw it. Let's just give it a quick once-over and call it a day.
Blame troopers.
How did you get in here?
It's those three terrorists with the train!
All right. Shit. Here we go. That's that. That was easy.
Just like that, easily take him down. So what I am kind of thinking about doing for random game choice on Sunday is playing Lego Hobbits. So what do you guys think about that? About for a random game choice on Sunday, having a look at Lego Hobbits.
All right, let's figure out where the hell we are. yard not far from here. What we're looking for is somewhere inside.
And that is...
A secret passageway.
Added back this morning. So again, watching a few other streamers. I'm watching a streamer from Australia the other morning playing Lego DC. So I picked up the Lego Hobbit, and I had that delivered back today. Also delivered from Amazon. Also had the Lego Marvel collection as well coming through. So we've got Marvel Superheroes 1 and 2 and Lego Avengers on there as well. Because I think I tried the Lego Lord of the Rings before, and I found that right. Lego Star Wars is fun.
Right now, damn it.
Also, it'd be interesting playing talking classic in the form of Lego. I know. So I haven't actually got that. Didn't actually bring them back with me.
Gotta love the irony of Shinra's smarmy lapdog leading the way to its master's destruction.
You really don't like Stamp, do you, Barry?
It's not that I hate it. I hate the fact that Shinra took a loyal animal like that and co-opted it for their own self-serving.
Poor old Stamp. Think you're making progress, and then you hit a wall.
Knock it down.
You're starting to sound like Barrett.
Never mind.
It's a good plan.
Oh yeah, because I didn't think you were still in the stream. So what's the see like it sounds like an interesting thing to have a look at then.
Hold up.
Good.
This way.
Security is a lot tighter than I thought it would be.
If they want to stand between us and the rail yard, that's their choice.
Twitch growth Discord, nice.
Bastards aren't going to get away this time!
No holding back. Take the lead.
Barrett.
Gotta love it.
That's right, Dan. It's been nice seeing the stream. I hope to see it. I've given you the streaming bug, I'm guessing. Yeah, look forward to it.
This fight's not over yet. We gotta switch it out.
Hang back.
Not throw
Well, as soon as I reach the end of this chapter, well, so I'll be calling it at night.
You okay? Gotta be careful.
I got Blizzard on, am I? Take out the flame troopers with some fire. See you then. Again, I'll send you the details outside of the outside it, so you're what sort of Usanya is. So we can see about getting you on your D&D journey.
That's that.
No getting through that gate. Let's take the stairs. We should be reaching that secret passage real soon. I knew Plan E wouldn't fail us. Should have called it
Find a
Plan X.
bench.
What you think, Mr. Ex-Soldier?
Biggs made the plan, right?
I provided some input.
Hope not too much.
What's that supposed to mean?
Thought this place
That's what I want. A break room bench. Recover some health. I don't know what's playing in the music player in the background. Oh, stamp. I'll have to see about trying to track down the additional OSTs.
Or we'll blow you to hell! Surrender!
It's over. No time to celebrate.
Come on, Cloud, chop those tables.
So many guards.
Too many. Keep looking for faithful little Stan. He'll lead us to the passageway.
More macro shards. See that. So we were saying about the little trick with the macro shards. This is what you'll actually do. You find some macro shards, save your game. Then just reload, but save, load back in, and the boxes of macro shards should still be there. And just rinse and repeat till you've actually recovered all of your health up, all your magic points. Again, I'm probably going to do this part by you because we've got a boss coming up now. Where we had to face the guard scorpion on the first chapter, we've now got to face the iron crab. Sorry, wrong name for him. Crab warden. The boss, the up and coming boss, is called Crab Warden. Shinra does love their multi-legged multi-legged designed robots. Because as I said in Crisis Core, you would end up fighting against the arachnid models that eventually lead their way up to fighting against a scorpion-based model. The boxes on that side. Let's go there. Yeah, that'll do.
This it?
Huh?
Get back!
Fantasy book. I actually do. I did enjoy Lord of the Rings. Also quite enjoy the Inheritance cycle from Christopher Paolini. Also that was actually quite a good story series. Also, it's a shame that they botched up the Aragorn film. If they'd stuck to the original source material, they probably would have had a good series for there. Tolkien's work, as I said, I quite enjoyed. I found I've tried multiple times to read the Silmarillion, and again I've struggled with that one. I do need to re-pick up the Lord of the Rings again, because the books I had there, I have to throw them out as well because they also become damaged due to the damp. I actually thought they were safe over the Scout Hall, but they weren't. I have quite enjoyed reading books from also the Horus Heresy series as well. The Garrow series I actually quite enjoyed. Also with Death Guard Nathaniel Garrow and his journey from being a Death Guard soldier to being betrayed by his Primarch to actually becoming the Knight Errant and having to rediscover his faith during the Horus Heresy series. For yourself, what is your who would be your favourite author? All fantasy book series. So again, I didn't actually mind. Nice. So the what's his name? Also the chap who did the Game of Thrones book series is well, so again but compared to the TV series, the books for Game of Thrones were quite good as well. I did quite enjoy them. George R.R. Martin, the books I read from the Game of Thrones series were actually quite quite good. Not as overhyped as the Game of Thrones series. But again, they've kind of like spoilt his work for there because again he's not going to be able to finish the books, they're gonna have a completely different ending to the game series, and what they actually did in with it wasn't fantastic. Yeah, it was good series, good story, but they've just completely messed it around. Another one of the writers I actually didn't quite mind. I think this guy actually did the books, the Garo series books. No, but yeah. Did he actually? Yeah, James Swallow. Well, certainly is one of the 40k authors. I actually quite like his work. He did with Nathaniel Garrow was quite good, and also Graham McNeil's work with his work around the Thousand Suns. Because yeah, Graham McNeil. Because again, this is one of the special. This is a special edition book for Magnus for the Siege of Terra. Was it again with my 40k game in 40k space, Warhammer 40k series and 30k. I'm actually a big fan of Thousand Suns. These need a bit of a dust. Also, and again, I quite like the Thousand Suns because they got that Egyptian theme to it. They are sorcerers, but they're battle mage sorcerers. I do kind of feel sorry for the chapter because their chapter was branded traitor only because, well, their own arrogance really. They were loyal to the Emperor, but became branded traitors because they went against the Emperor's edict. And again, Chaos's interference caused the massive caused the rest to try and actually wipe them out. And again, Magnus' own arrogance didn't really help in the situation. Well, so yeah, they do lovely miniatures. Even the ones from Forge World are quite nice as well. But they are Forge World. I think GW was expensive. Forge World even more ridiculously priced. I need to, for my standard flying units, for my Space Marine army, there's only one other flight unit I need to pick up, and that's a Thunderhawk. And the only place to get that from at the moment is from Forge World, and they're about £500. It's about £450–500 just for Thunderhawk, and that's because they haven't released a plastic model version to it yet, and because it's pure resin. Right, let's get the pressure on it now. If I had a limited amount of money there, I'd be picking up loads, mountains of stuff from Forge World. I think my Dreadnought I picked up from Forge World from 1007s alone with about £50 odd, just for one Dreadnought, and that's including the arms to go with it. so I've been a bit tempted to actually do a painting stream one day. I've also been actually painting one model from start to finish. Problem I had with it, I've said before, is the fact that once you, I know it's like a stupid way to say it, once you learn how to paint, and I think you'd probably agree with that as well. It's like once you learn how to paint, you do spend yeah, they are ridiculous costing on them. Well, so yeah, and especially the big ones like so the one I just showed earlier, the Star Drake. That was Games Workshop. I sell it for about 90 quid. I got it for 80 quid from Firestorm. With quite a few of the models I seem to pick up now, I tend to, unless they specific ones I can't get hold of from anywhere else, I tend to look on eBay or Firestorm games, because they seem to be a bit more of a cheaper option. Still expensive, but not. But also you save like 10-20%, 10-20% more. Yeah, and it is with the price of them. They're all right. It's all right if it was sort of like when you haven't got a family to support and things like that. Again, when I see some people's armies out there, I just went down if they've managed to afford to buy the pieces they've got there. When you're talking, how they can afford it, whilst at the same time, also pay for the rent, shopping, and all that. I know I gotta take out the accelerators. But yeah, like I was saying with painting. Well, so like when we all start out model painting, yeah, we all know what to paint. We know how to put a paintbrush in, put a bit of paint on a palette, how to then apply it. But then you learn to, the more you do it, the more you learn to paint, and you learn to paint better. The techniques that are used out to elevate the look of your model from start to finish. To add those edge highlights in and those shades and those colours. Yeah, when it comes to buying the more expensive models myself, I just try and save up, and then actually buy it for myself. Now like I got that one out of my birthday money. Also to buy it off straight off the bat, so I would probably I'd have to save up or try to juggle whatever money I've got there. minute break.
Y'all about to see one hell of a light show.
And we've tripled him, and we've brought him down.
All clear.
And stay down.
Let's go.
Sure.
Alright, this way. This won't do.
Sir, analytics reports that the feed went down after an anomaly was registered during the test.
An anomaly? Or an excuse for your failure to properly prepare the armor?
No, sir. All modules were confirmed fully operational. It's far more likely, given the circumstances, that the sensors were overloaded.
Is that so?
All the sensors in Section E are inoperable.
The President.
Yes. Yes.
It's the new. That's going to be the brand. That's going to be the new Samsung Galaxy model on there then.
There's been a development.
Or the next gen iPhone.
Yes. Understood, sir. We know exactly where they were headed. If the armor is intact, then you'd best determine the nature of this anomaly soon. Should you fail to do so, you will deal with our intruders personally.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry. I treat my people more than fairly. So don't disappoint me.
Sure, you treat your people fairly, Heidegger. Sure, you treat them fairly.
The passage is beyond these shipping containers. Let's slip through them.
Right. Yeah, so a little bit further to go, and then also that'll be the end of the current chapter.
You okay?
And then also so that then we'll record. Then I'll be recording the stream up to that point.
So, you bump into any giant robots like that in Reactor 1?
Yeah, except the bastard looked like a scorpion. Speaking of which, what would you say that last one looked like?
Huh? Well...
Looks dead now.
Well, the name said Crab Warden, so I'd say it was a crab.
Lo and behold. All aboard. Just so you know, it's not gonna get any easier.
When did it ever?
I check the user list quite regular, and there's quite a lot of people showing up in here, but yet whether they logging in, but they're in ghost mode, I don't know.
Through here and straight on to reactor.
Also, if there are anybody that's actually logging in and using like some sort of ghost mode, Please don't.
Only
Well, so
because it is.
come into
That
the
there's
proper
the reactor
proper
support
viewing
group.
numbers. Well, so the more the attend
what's
and
the
take
plan?
part and talk, well, so the more
After
interactive
plan
we can
E
make the
comes
stream.
F, G, and then H.
Thought E was the last.
This here is Section F.
We cut through section G and head for H.
A cargo platform in H will get us closer to the reactor. Biggs should be somewhere over there.
Well, so yeah,
Looks
yeah.
like
Well,
the
so
sun's
they
going
just
down on Midgard.
it's like we're showing four of us in the stream, but yet the users that's showing in the stream. I know 1, 2, 3. There are 3 which are bots. I'm not sure what that Twitch growth is about. Oh, chapter 6. Let me save it for there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, so it's about 11. It's about 11 or 12, which are actually showing as being in here. And then I've got about 3. It's about 3 bots which are actually running. I've also got 1 mod bot running in here as well. I do need to work on those mod bots. Well, that's it. Well, I'll wait for it to come back here. Well, that's the end. That's the very end of the stream. But stream for tonight, guys. Well, so next on the next Tuesday stream for Final Fantasy VII Hard Mode Remake, we are going to be tackling the chapters called in my DLCs. Light Your Way, where Cloud, Tifa, and Barrett must make their way across the platform suspended above the slums and under the plates to get from where we currently are to reactor number 5. And then once we get inside reactor number 5, the next chapter after is called a Trap is Sprung, which is quite a fun chapter because we find out we make our way down the reactor, make our way down the reactor to repeat the same like we did with reactor 1. But we actually find out that that Shinra have been playing with us all along and have set a lovely trap for us, which they're going to spring as soon as we walk out of it. But we know about it. And again, the boss fight we got coming up there is against Airbuster, which is one of the fun fights I actually quite enjoy watching. I quite enjoy doing. I watched a couple of streams the other night of people playing it for the first time, and it's fun to watch as other people are actually tackling Airbuster. If we do actually manage to go past, reach the end now before the end of the normal streaming period, then we move on to the budding bodyguard, where we actually introduce to Aerith, and we then take on the role of our next job then is to act as a bodyguard to protect the 4th playable character, Aerith. So hopefully by the end of the next stream we should start seeing Aerith in play. If not, we'll stream after that. So I'm going to mute. No, wrong one. I'm going to move down there. So yeah, so once again, I hope you enjoyed tonight's stream. Thank you for joining me tonight. Also, I'm going to be again like with most of my streams, I'm going to be uploading it to my YouTube channel. So again, a lot of my stream videos on my YouTube channel. So again, if you want to rewatch through this or see what's going on, please check them out. Once again, the links are in my about me option tab on my channel, and I look forward to seeing you next stream. Thank you all. Good night. This is Vex and Prime signing off. Thank you.